everybody. I'm George.
And I'm Bob. We're the Shipping Goblins from Beetle and Cribs. Today, we're going to talk about the amazing Map Vault Collection. And with the Map Vault Collection, you get a bunch of gorgeous two-sided maps, all scaled for standard minis.
Yeah, get yours now for the Map Vault Collection from Beetle and Grimm, and all the players at your table will be revved up and hyper because the only thing they'll be able to say is...
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
Zoinks!
Yeah, do it again.
Zoinks!
Hello?
Who do you think you are?
Yes, Mr. Lillard.
You're just some common.
Yes, sir.
You can't just go off and use my
It's your
voice
thing.
like that. I have rights.
Completely. We just thought...
Wait,
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take this right to
yes,
the
sir.
Beetle. Hey, Grim.
Thank you, sir.
What happened?
Matthew Lillard watches our show!
Zoinks!
Double
Gather, my chosen, and heed the call to a saga of adventure, a song to end all. Forged from the cord, two worlds given birth, one made of awesome, the other no worth. Mutilated, abused, the cord was unstrung. When Daimler was shaped, a gray waste begun. Born of the remainder, its fate was unbound. A land of pure metal, the glorious sound. Rise, find your glory. Rise and be free upon the fields of Ragnarok to victory. The gods of metal cry out, demanding blood, sweat, and fear. Seek treasure, find glory, pay tribute for all to hear. Faith must be proven in the pits of these lands. Your songs must rise above as the chosen form bands. Immortality awaits those avatars who believe. With blade, steel, and destiny, what tales shall you weave? Rise, shed your shackles, rise and be free. Deep in the halls of Ragnarok, ascend to victory! Ragnarok.
And hello, welcome. Hopefully this is all working tickety-boo as it should do. Welcome to
in a minute.
Yeah, we'll give it 10 seconds. We'll find out if it's working. Unless
told.
Ipsy's watching, we don't know. Welcome to Band of Badgers. I'm Dave, your GM and host for this game. We are, of course, playing Rise of the Runelords. I would hold up the book, but I'm using it, so I won't. By Paizo. And these are, of course, my wonderful players. Say hello, players.
Hello.
Hello.
See, it worked that time. Normally, you have to kind of, get them going, but they did it. They did it well.
Like, get a soundboard for next time, Dave.
A soundboard, like. Whoosh.
Yeah.
The
Hello,
clapperboard.
players.
And I can hear you in the Twitch stream as well, so as disconcerting as
So
it
it
is.
is working.
Sound and vision. Yay!
I think I'm just going to use Sirenscape next time and so hello players. That would be great. Hit the button. Now, of course, we are joined by MARKEIA MCCARTY from Hunters Entertainment. How are you, MARKEIA?
Hey, Makia.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm really good. Thanks for having me for all of this. This is going to be fun. I haven't done Pathfinders in a while, as I'm sure Dave found out when I sent over like a super early version character.
It's perfectly fine. It is literally all about having some fun, have those movie moments, and roll really high. Now, MARKEIA is here because they have Hunters Entertainment have a very special Kickstarter, and one that I think is quite unique. It is Heavy Metal Gods. Is that right? Ragnarok.
Yeah, Gods of Metal, Ragnarok.
There we go.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
in
It's
there's a box below me on screen. That's what it is. We've got some links going into live chat for you as well. But the thing I love most about it is that we've talked about it more during the break around half time. But the GM screen is actually a vinyl album as well.
Ooh. Cool.
Yes,
Yeah, it
it
looks
is.
Cool.
Super limited edition vinyl, so you get it both ways. You either get this really incredible album that has like Motorhead on it and Icon for Hire, Gygax, like unreleased music, and then along with that you get this incredible GM screen. So I mean, there was a lot of thought that went towards every bit of this project.
Cool. And
Motorhead, cool.
So what we're going to be doing, we're going to have a very, very special giveaway as well. We're not going to tell you what it is. You have to wait and see. But MARKEIA has been very generous with what Hunters Entertainment are going to be doing. So stay tuned for that. Remember, get everyone in. Just get everyone in. Now also thank you to Beadle and Grimm, who are not just our supporters for this show, our supporters for the entire channel and all the shows that we do. And if you were here right at the start, you would have seen our various kind of bumpers going along. With all the new shows, we have 2 new shows launching in March. So please join us for that. Now, we mentioned the box below. There it is. We've got Gods of Metal Ragnarok. It's just changed to Pathfinder. That's a carousel. It will keep going around. And keep your eyes peeled on that, because there are some various deals that we've got from companies all across the planet to give us discount codes. So keep an eye on the box below me, and you can spend them, get a discount, use it. But if you would like to support us, you can. We're on Twitch. This is how you're viewing us now, unless you're watching on YouTube, in which case try and join us on Twitch. It'd be really cool if you can. Now on Twitch you can obviously subscribe, and if you have Amazon Prime, it won't cost you a penny, but every penny does obviously help us and keeps us in pizza, keeps us fed, really.
Thanks for the reminder, Dave, because I've got a resub.
There you go. Jeff will show you how to do it. That's fine.
Yeah,
Follow
just
these
go into
instructions.
Twitch, hit the thing that says sub, and then select the highest one.
There you go. See, and he works in IT, so he knows.
Yes.
Unless you're on Apple.
It was AC.
Now, just to point out, today is still Thursday. It's the so we're playing Rise of the Runelords. It's also my birthday eve.
Yay!
Tomorrow is our Annihilation game, Tomb of Annihilation from Dungeons and Dragons, which is my birthday day. So join us for that as well. Same badger time, same badger channel.
I'm sure Joe's got some birthday surprises for you.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's going to kill me.
TPK.
I'm playing.
All right, it's not a surprise then.
I know.
It wasn't even a surprise. He told us.
Yeah. And then on Saturday, we have actually been invited all the way to Australia to be the very first guests of the Shifting Spire. Now, this is Australia's premiere.
Oh, well, we've been invited to Australia.
I've been invited to Australia.
I don't have a passport.
You guys are staying here. So, it's the Premier RPG Gauntlet for Australia. It's run by our friends, our friend Sean Sunday, from our friends at Ardent Roleplay and the Brain Beastie Brains, whatever it's called.
We had a bit of a prompt, but
that one, yeah.
Beast Studios.
Yeah,
That's
Brain
it,
Beast
Brain Beast
Studios.
Studios. So that is. kind of
Don't call
working
me
on
your
that.
number 2 again tonight, will you? We've
No,
already
I
got a
won't.
clip
I
of that.
won't.
No.
I won't. I will have my delivery. It's my birthday eve, so I'm drinking. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, happy almost birthday.
There we go. If we make it till midnight, it will be.
True.
So we'll see. Let's just do some shout outs to who's watching. Hello, people. Sean TW, thank you very much for joining. Sean TW, again, he'll be in the box below. The cartoon artwork that we have, our little caricatures for our players. He's done all of that artwork. He is a freelance artist and he is available. Thank you, Cork, for subbing. He is available for hire. Commissions are open. Josh McGuire from the McGuire Review.
Hey, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us. Me and Josh were talking earlier about some things to do with painting. I don't know yet if I can spoil the surprise. I won't spoil it. I'll let Josh do that. Anonymouse75, hello. Baron Snowhands to come back. Hello, Baron. Chav Hunter. Darth Markeia. Markeia.
Exactly,
Nice.
Darth Markeia.
No. Grunwald.
Guess that answers the Jedi or Sith question.
Now hold on. It's Edmore. It's Edmore or it's Sedmore? It's Sedmore. I don't know. I'm trying to.
You and the names.
I'm trying to work it out. It's Sedmore sounds better than it's Edmore, I guess.
Unless his name's
Unless
Ed
your name's
Moore.
Ed Moore.
Yeah.
Right, said
That,
Fred.
that is also true. Laura Bones, hello. Roasty Toasty, and you will never know. I'm just going to shout out a few bits and pieces there. So, this is where all the nerves disappear now because I can get all of that bit done. And
Hold on. Quick shout out to Theo. Hope you are okay, and or everybody you love's okay in Texas.
Yes. Yeah. Hope everything's all good with you.
Yep, Justice is out there as well. Justice Arman from Beadle and Grimm. I've been chatting to him recently. He was supposed to be our guest on Monday, but because of the snow, they were having blackouts. So he wasn't able to get on. And Josh McGuire, who's in our audience now, he was able to step in. The badger signal went up and he answered. Quite a few people answered. But Josh actually had the bright minis. So it was good.
Meant to be.
Josh. Yeah. Okay.
Perks of the job.
Everybody ready. Boom, boom. Right.
So, Dave, what happened last week?
So, glad you asked that. What happened last week was... got some noises in the background there. So, what happened last week was... we've been chasing the Kreeg clan for a while now. The Kreegs are this batch of ogres who have united into an army force and attacked the home of the Black Arrows, a place called Fort Rannick. During that time, some more of your friends, Caven, Jackadross and Vale, have gone their separate ways because of various reasons. And then you decided to take the fight to the Kreegs. You ventured into the mountains, which threw out all my well-planned encounters.
Skip.
Yeah. And you ended up at the clan hold, which is where we left that episode. Then when we came back, Rupp went into overkill nuke mode and destroyed...
No, we weren't mentioning that.
Destroyed, I think it was 11 ogres in the room. He pretty much burned them alive.
Oh no, he's going into details, Chris.
To only to find out from Mordecai, who was the lone survivor in the room, a little halfling, also a member of Black Arrows. And as you searched the room, you realised that the majority of the ogres there were actually chained. They were manacled by their feet, all in a long row, because where they were manufacturing weapons, you thought that was for the ogre army. After you left that room, you then encountered 3 hags who managed to put a spell on Harrison.
Yep.
Or
Harrison
put a spell on them.
I worked my magic, my charm.
Harrison tried to chat them up, and it went about as well as we expected it to.
Pretty much, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then-
every day you chat up some.
And then after that, you manage to find your way to what would have been the chapel of the Kreegs. This is an ogre chapel that is now falling into disuse. The statue had been pushed to the side, the statue of Lamashtu, which is the mother of demons. And you had met Commander Baden in his fully soul-twisted white form. There you managed to battle him at the start, but then something else happened, and it appears you may have freed him, or at least freed part of him. And that's pretty much where we left it. So.
Yeah, we were about to put the statue back in the square, weren't we, guys?
No, we were not. That was not happening.
Oh, I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Nothing bad ever happens.
Just restore a shrine of Lamashtu, yeah, sure.
Did we? Yeah, we did search the room, didn't we? Because
we tried to look behind the statue and everything.
Harrison found something in the statue's mouth. It was a ring, wasn't it? That was it.
Yeah, and we gave that back to Mort because
That's
was
right.
His.
It was the signet ring of the commander. Yeah.
And I think that was it. That was pretty much it where we
Did
left off.
Yeah, did we actually search the room though?
Pretty sure we were about to into the next.
Yeah, I think that was the next thing, wasn't it? So, shall we search the room then?
Yeah, let's have a quick search.
There might be something of use in here. You never know.
Okay. Whoever wishes to search, you can roll the search.
I will help searching.
You can do the searching.
You can do. It's a big room. You can split up.
Oh, it's a 15 on the dice.
34 for Elena.
It's a 31 for the mighty Tolkus.
I got 26.
A non-natural 20.
Okay.
You mean a dirty
Is there
20?
anyone want to search anything specific in the room or a specific area?
Apart from the plinth that the statue sits on, remind me what was in the room?
It was it's a rough cavern chamber. There was an altar in the middle of the room. In front of the altar is what looks to be like a pit, and the statue of Lamashtu, which is the mother of demons, is obviously a bad worshipping chapel. It's a bad shrine. What seemed to be there is now just being pushed, discarded to one side. So when you came into the room, the statue of Lamashtu was just kind of leaning.
Okay, Tokus is going to take a look down the pit. Not actually jump down it, but just have a look.
Okay, the pit, it's about 10 foot deep, and there is what appears to be quite a substantial amount of bones in there. All different shapes and sizes: skulls, arms, feet, legs, rib cages.
Can he see anything of interest in amongst the bones?
You not from 10 foot away. You can stick a torch down. You can jump down. You could throw Harrison down.
I was actually thinking about jumping in.
So Harrison just jumps in.
Why do your characters always do these things, Josh? Why?
Before he even does that, Tolkus gets a rope out because he knows what's about to happen. So he starts lowering a rope into the pit.
Okay, so Harrison,
how many bones? How many bones are there? Is it like a small?
If you want to sit there and count, you can. But are you jumping in, yeah?
But I was just trying to think if there was a large amount of bones, I would have jumped in like a diver into the bones. But
you can't really see the floor.
Okay,
it's just bones.
Yeah, I'm just going to jump in.
Okay, so as Tolkus is leaning over the pit to inspect it, Tolkus just kind of sees this figure jump in next to him. Harrison, can you roll an acrobatics?
Yeah, I can do that. So that's a 22.
Thank you very much. Maverick 2, thank you for the resub. Thank you.
Hey, Maverick, nice one.
Just Rupp just goes, not again.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool. Harrison, you do land, but you land safely as you can be. But these are sharp bones, rib cages and all kinds of bits and pieces. You do get hurt. It's not much. Just take 6 points of damage.
Okay, just 6 points.
Just 6 points of damage, and then you can have a rummage around if you want to.
Can I do like a as I fall in and get hurt? I'll be like, ow, like that.
If you want to. Yeah.
Own fault.
The bandages.
So I'm gonna rummage around, just kind of with my hands, just trying to find anything underneath the bones.
Okay. As you rummage around, you do. You find something clothed. It's soft and mostly warm.
Okay.
Feels like a leg.
I will attempt to.
Leskin, would you like to say anything? Someone has just grabbed your leg.
Who's touching my leg?
Yeah, I had a messaged you in the chat because I was like, I'm about to do something.
You can do that, yeah.
Okay. I want to immediately grab Harrison, my sickle, right underneath their neck, and go, oh, of all the bone pits in the world, you just had to stumble into mine.
Oh, hello.
Harrison, a demon!
Harrison, who are you talking to down there?
Are you chatting someone up again?
I don't know. They've got a knife to my throat.
You are chatting them up, aren't you?
That's your idea of foreplay, brother.
No. This reminds me of earlier. Help!
Tokus will start lowering a rope down and just come up, whoever you are. Let us see you.
I'll say to the person with the thing to my throat, I say, I'm not dangerous. Help! I'm not going to hurt you.
He really isn't dangerous. He's not lying.
So Leskin, you can see all these faces looking down at you from the top of the pit. You've obviously got Harrison, who's, I don't know why he's trembling as he is. If you would like to kind of explain what you look like.
Leskin is a kind of ragged in appearance, has been hiding out in this bone pit, was basically left for dead, was recovering from a wound that they had been given. They are, their race is, their nationality is Varisian. And ethnicity is Duskwalker. So as they're standing there, their hair is long and locked, going down to mid-waist, up in a and haphazard up ponytail up at the top. They're looking around at each of you, and you kind of see this somewhat manic gleam and smile as they look around. Then Leskin goes, the name is Leskin Full Shadow, and it looks like you and your friends have just come just in time to join the party. And I want Leskin to rob Harrison while everybody's
Why does everybody always want to rob you?
Well, everybody normally wants to kill
pride.
Yeah.
This is more of an act at this stage by Harrison, making out that he's kind of.
You should have said that at the start.
Yeah, he's acting.
And
You
hopefully
can't say I did that on Wellard. You can't say that. You went in there.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, okay. What would you like to rob me of?
Here, have it.
I
I'll
don't
give you
know.
anything.
I don't know what you have on you.
Okay.
I'm sure he has a large gold pouch on his waist.
Yeah. Sure. It'll be that.
Yeah, it is quite heavy with all the gold that I have on me. So
Going off.
That's what Leskin takes. and like doesn't even try to really hide it. Just
literally
puts
pocket
it
it.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't care if people see that they totally did this.
So Harrison, what's around your waist? You just lost your coin pouch. What else? You got daggers or anything?
Yeah, so I've got a grappling hook hanging off me as well, which is my trusty grappling hook. A few climbing bolts, and an adventurer's pack. That's basically all it has.
rapier?
Yeah, I've got 2 short swords also sheathed as well.
Where are they? On your back?
Well,
on your sides?
they're both. If you think of Clint Eastwood, they're kind of like either side
holster
of him.
styling.
Holstered.
Nice.
Yeah. So Leskin basically takes the money, somehow manages to pocket that, and basically unholsters your holsters. So undoes the buckle, and lets your swords drop into the bones.
And then sweeps Harrison's legs out from underneath him with a leg sweep, runs for the rope that's been lowered, and using acrobatics does this kind of forward somersault out of the pit using the momentum of the rope to stand before the rest of the party. I will totally roll for all of this. All of it.
It's one roll, acrobatics.
Okay.
Go for it.
That's one of the higher stats. That's why I was like, okay, let me just...
Let's find out if this is...
Let's see.
Come on.
12 plus 16, so it's 28.
Easy. So literally, you deftly race across the bones, grab the rope, and as you pull, you just almost... Your legs go up above you, and you just, boom, land on top of the pit.
She's going to land on top of me, I think. I'm holding the rope.
You're holding the rope. So she lands next to you.
I reckon she went straight over me. That's what I reckon. Lamped it, but I'm like this. Hello? Who are you?
They pat you on your back and like, are you friend or foe or both? Answer quickly.
Both? How can you be both?
You're both?
No, I am friendly. I am friendly to anybody who is friendly to me. My name is Tolkas. What is your name?
I'm Leskin Full Shadow.
Oh, that's a very interesting name. I like that. Yes. Did you leave my brother alive down there? He's my half brother, but all the brains and good looks went to my side, and It
would be understandable if you didn't.
I didn't see anybody in the pit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you have eyesight problems?
I have eyes like a hawk.
Oh, that will come in very handy. I'll shout down the pit. Addison, are you still alive down there?
Yes, I've been de-weaponed. I'm just going to find my weapons, and Harrison searches down to find his utility belt to attach back to himself.
Hurry up, brother. You are making us wait for you.
Leskin, how long have you been here?
It feels like I've been here almost my entire life, of what there is of it. I'm part of the Black Arrows. I assume that you've run into my former commander by now.
Yes, we are good friends with the Black Arrows. Do you want some food and water?
Yes, I can buy it off of you. I have a lot of money.
There is no need. And I give Leskin some food and provisions and water.
Well, the money would be nice.
Whilst reaching around for my utility belt, I'm wondering if I notice that my gold is now missing. And I'll shout out if I do notice, saying, "Hey, she's stolen my money!"
How much money did you have?
About 800 gold.
That was quite heavy. You probably notice.
Yeah, it's not
not
dragging
unusual
your
for
pants
Harrison to
down.
have that much money on him anyway, so it's kind of like it's become, when you have a phone in your pocket for so long and you kind of like think it's there all the time.
Yeah, even when it's not. You're so used to your trousers being pulled down by this weight of gold that you've now,
Leskin is eating food and drinking water, is on their stomach with like feet in the air, kind of like twirling around while stacking gold coins on top of each other and then kind of knocking them down.
You kind of realize that unlike Mordecai and other Black Arrows that you've met, who have had the run-ins with the ogres, Leskin is a little bit more unhinged than you've previously seen. There is definitely a wild look in their eyes.
Well, we like wild things. You will fit in.
How did
So-
you survive, all of you? It's not an easy path to get to here.
We're extremely powerful, and over in the corner you notice this small gnome struggling horrendously trying to lift a large statue of Lamashtu back onto an altar.
He's still trying to put it in the square.
Yeah.
You notice this and go, nope, 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 goes over and tries to put it back.
Oh, Elena, thank you. I really do have a
No,
bit
no,
of
no,
help
put
here.
it back in the corner.
But I thought we were going to put it on the altar.
This is literally a scene from Resident Evil where you're trying to put those statue pieces back on. Elias is definitely determined to do it, and Yelena not having it.
No.
Yeah, Rupp is also just noticed and just goes, oh, and then just like trots over and just goes, oh, Elias, please don't.
We'll discuss
Leskin.
this later.
Leskin, do you know anything about this place? I mean, or did they just bring you in and chuck you straight in the pit?
Oh, I know a lot about this place. I know exactly how it sounds. Well, the sound of my friends' screams, how they echo and resonate off of the sides of the walls as they torture us for fun. I know this place very well.
Yes, that sounds like this type of sound that would stick in your head and drive you a little bit crazy, maybe, I don't know.
Well, I think crazy is something that other people shouldn't call other people that. I've been called that most of my life.
Well, to me, you seem just like a fun person to be around, to be honest. But how's that food for you? Are you okay?
It's really, really good. Although I wish that you had given me some gold to go with it. But you know, some people don't have manners.
I have no gold.
Brother, how's that rope looking?
Look, just grab the end and I'll pull you up.
Iverson tries to climb out of the bone pit. Approaches Leskin and attempts to steal back his gold. That,
It's sort of thieving match.
Do I recognise anything about Leskin? It's just what Markeia described earlier. Can I make I don't know if it's a religion check or an arcana check?
You can make both if you wish.
I'll do arcana then because that one's much bigger. 34. So do I recognise Leskin as a dusk walker?
Yes.
Okay. So the sounds that you described and the screams of torture, I assume that you went through the same as the other members of the Black Arrows in this place. I recognise your heritage. You've been returned from the grave, have you not?
I have. Oh, you know this well then. Have you also returned?
No, I've managed to avoid dying up till now.
You really should try it. It gets all of the aches and pains of living out of the way.
I turn on my divine light and just like put my staff
no,
down
no,
and just
no,
go
no,
like,
no.
what? She's dead?
No, Rup. A Duskwalker is the antithesis of undeath. In fact, most of them return in order to put a stop to it.
Oh, okay. That's good. I turn the light off.
She's been returned by positive energy. They've been returned by positive energy, and yeah. No, but we're all good.
I turn the interrogation torch off, and you know.
So Elias, she's some kind of they are some kind of good undead thing.
They've been returned for a reason. Well, I quite enjoy finding out what that reason is. Do you know, Leskin?
Well, I was hoping that it was going to be revenge, but you know, maybe that's more of a side dish and there's a main dish that I'm supposed to be a part of. You know, when I started off life in the circus, I never really thought that it would come to this point where I barely have 2 gold pieces to rub together and have all of these memories of this horror of the beatings and the torture and the mistreatment, did you run across Mordecai by any chance?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we freed him. He was locked up in the room with the other ogres. Our entire purpose for being here is revenge, really. I'm particularly I take a great dislike to ogres. So we just came here to burn off some steam and burn off some ogres.
The only good ogre is a dead ogre.
And then smeared across the wall and floor and ceiling as much as possible.
Oh, Elias, do not go down that path again.
I like the way you speak, Elias. I prefer when their entrails are dripping from the ceiling. The force that it takes to get it up there is therapeutic.
Yes, I find the unleashing of great magical power to be very relaxing, particularly fire. That's my main
Thanks,
element.
Elias.
It's enough to put you off your sausages. It's enough to put you off your sausages, I tell you.
Sure
Oh,
is.
I have a type of fire as well, although it's not fire. It's more like fire than fire.
So it's fire with style.
I could show you.
But maybe when we find some more ogres, you could show us.
Fair enough.
Let's go find some ogres. Should we go find some ogres?
Yes, I think we should. Just out of interest though, sorry to break that up there for a sec. Did anyone else find anything in their searches of the room? Or was I the only one who found it?
No one else found anything. So it was Elias was busy kind of playing with the statue.
Moving a statue, yeah.
Elena was busy trying to put the statue back where Elias took it from.
You're no fun.
Went
I
into
wanna
the
stay
pit with some
alive.
gold. I came out of the pit without.
Do not worry, brother. You have enough gold back at home.
Well, I suppose, you have to give it to those who need it the most, right?
Oh, do you need some gold?
Well, I'd like my gold back, please. Leskin.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I went in the pit and found you.
What pit?
The pit that we were
And
just in.
Leskin skips away.
I was just thinking, does his gold pouch have like HF on it?
It probably does, yeah.
It does.
It's all embroidered.
Probably has a little embroidered glove on it.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a handkerchief also that matches. It's a matching set, and I will whip out that handkerchief and kind of go, look, this matches the gold pouch that they
How
have.
did you get my mother's handkerchief?
No, this is mine. My name's Harrison.
If you need it to blow your nose so badly, you could have just asked.
This is identity theft.
Harrison! And I just stop it, Harrison. I just whack him with my staff.
Oh, I think we should go find some ogres to smash. It's been a while. But maybe find some that are not being kept prisoner.
That's the one.
Yeah, definitely. Find out what's going on.
We're going down the stairs again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think we have to go downstairs, don't we?
Was that the only way? I think it was. No?
Yeah. I think we went to a passage and there were two. We could go up or we could go down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we went south or left or right. The next way to go was up some stairs, up a very long corridor with some stairs, I think.
So that was where you are. So I've
Right.
just put the map on to Twitch for the audience. You're currently in section D8, which is top left of the map. That was the longest steps because there was light at the top of the steps, so you went up there. So that's where you found both the commander and Leskin. And the only area you haven't yet investigated is the area leading to D9 of this particular area.
Well, I guess we go there.
We sneak.
Sneakily.
We sneak.
We sneak.
Nick.
Mech.
Oh no, we're going to find some kobolds.
So I will attempt to sneak.
I will also
Yes, let's all attempt
Yeah.
to sneak because we haven't rolled any dice in a while.
That will be a natural 20.
Oh, show off.
I thought you were going to say 1 then. That'd be nice.
Yeah, me too.
That would be nice.
That's 38.
13, 26. 26.
26 for me as well.
Woo!
It's like a 33 for me.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
15 plus 18. That's 33. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
It's close enough.
33.
36 for Harrison.
Okay. You all managed to successfully sneak down the stairs. Rup, were you using light? Or everyone staying in the darkness? Because as the light was in the chapel room.
Yeah.
So as you go back down the stairs, you're going back into darkness.
No, I'm going to put my goggles on and turn it off.
Okay.
I can
I'm
see in
also
the
wearing
dark.
my goggles.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got low light vision. I'm good.
Yeah, likewise.
I got full on dark vision now.
So you head back down the stairs towards the crossroads, and if you kind of head northeast, it would take you into what appears to be a much larger chamber. It leads into darkness. You can't see the other end.
Keep sneaking.
Keep moving in.
Keep sneaking.
Yeah.
Yes.
We hear anything, Dave? Did you say?
No, that is a question, and when you ask that question, you then roll a perception
I
check.
tell you what, let's roll a perception check to see if we can hear anything.
There we go.
So
Okay.
I rolled.
We did listen down that way last time, and there wasn't any noise.
Oh, okay, yeah. I rolled a 29 for
90.
perception.
I only got a 21, so I don't think I'll hear anything anyway.
35, I think.
32.
Okay.
More good rolls, like it.
17 plus 15, that's 32. Yeah.
No, it is definitely quiet.
Keep on moving into it, I guess.
Yeah, slow, sneaky.
Not to alarm anyone, but the last time it was this quiet was just before I got captured and almost eviscerated and thrown into that bone pit.
Oh,
Just thought I'd bring that up.
That's good.
No worries.
let us hope that lightning does not strike twice.
I'll have to strike them with
So
lightning.
now
bolt.
you acknowledge the pit, Leskin.
What pit?
What pit?
What pit? Harrison, what pit?
Next you'll be saying you had a bad
Am I
gold
being
on you.
gaslighted here?
There is
Mildly.
no light on at all, Harrison.
What's gas?
There are 4 lights.
Oh yes, sorry, Harrison might not know about this. Whatever it is in that world to describe it. Let's keep going.
Okay, so you're continuing forward. Who's
Yes.
taking point?
Tulkas will take point.
Okay.
Luskin will be right behind.
Axe in hand.
Okay.
Because I can see in the dark now.
Yeah, that's good. It's handy. As your eyes start to change into sort of dark mode, low light mode, you realise that as your steps are starting to echo off the walls back at you, it's a very kind of unsettling noise. You then realise that the ceiling above you is just kind of lifts straight up into a huge, gigantic chamber, which extends up into the darkness. You can't even see the roof of this chamber anymore, and it just extends further down. The floor, as you continue to walk, you feel is slowly sloping upwards, and every now and then there's a ledge. So it goes up a bit on a slight incline, then another one, then another one. It's almost
Like steps. Giant steps.
like steps. Eventually you start to see faces. They're quite angular. They're looming out of the darkness at you. And as you kind of travel more and more into the corridor, these faces become head and shoulders. Then they become bodies, but all very angular in shape. And then you realise that they're on both sides, that these statues are kind of standing guard in this long, winding, progressing chamber. All of them have kind of like a stern brow, very chiseled and angular shapes with strong jawlines. Eventually, as the area kind of breaks open, it's almost like you come out of what was, you now believe is forced darkness. You're on the edge of a almost circular chamber, in a natural chamber in the cave, in the mountainside. There are kind of rivets and dips placed at the back of the chamber that disappear into darkness, but you can see there's, you know, the dirt and the view goes off into those directions. The ceiling at that point opens up. It's like a natural circle, and above it the ceiling opens to a slate grey sky above, and it's just gently snow. So if you imagine you're on the edge of a circular chamber, like a dome, and this shaft of light is now coming down from that, and it's just snowing, gentle snow coming down. The ramp that you've been following finally leads up in tears, coming to an end before an immense stone throne. And sitting on the throne, kind of just one arm looking in your direction, not moving, is what appears to be a giant.
Is it?
Looks safe as houses here. Maybe there was another room back where we came from that might be more dangerous than this. This is easy. We should go somewhere else.
What's more dangerous than a giant on a throne?
I'm not sure. I want to wait, stay to find out.
Is it anything like the giant we've already seen that had two heads? Or is it bigger?
What, the giant statue you saw at the beginning?
No, the actual giant that we saw, not the one that was being hit by the ogres. The big two-headed one that was in the cave. That
was at the dam.
Yeah.
No, that was
bigger than that
was an Etting. This is bigger than the Etting, yeah.
And it's bigger than the one we saw getting beat up.
Yeah.
Same size as the statue outside.
The one with the necklace. Oh my god.
Pretty much.
Okay, that necklace was like the size of me.
The necklace, the medallion that you saw, which was that, was the size of a wagon wheel, not the chocolate kind.
Damn, now I'm peckish.
Yeah. I need some snacks. Yeah.
I'll whisper to Elias. Shall we make him bigger? Not the giant, but Tulkas.
Still be tiny compared to that.
We can.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. We
Stop.
can, Steve. You're absolutely right. We can do that.
And we can make me connected to him.
There you go.
So, yes, Harrison, we can make him bigger, we can make him stronger, we can make him faster, we can make him all three together.
We have the
fire,
technology.
We can make ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the magic. Not as much magic as normal, because I've burnt quite a few of my spells off, but we can still have some fun.
Are we doing that so that Tulkas can then seduce him?
Distract him. I find Tulkas makes a great distraction while we then lay waste to everything else.
No.
I'd like to see that. Let's go.
We send Tulkas in for the big jobs.
Do
Do we now?
Is Blair? Is he even alive? Is he look like he's breathing?
Has he acknowledged us in
No.
any way?
It looks like a statue just kind of sitting there, leaning on the arm of the throne.
Can I read
down the
the
corridor.
aura of things going on in the room? See if there's anything magical or if it's just
You can, yes.
this brute force.
Good
this
idea.
Giant.
Yeah, I don't think
Cool.
there's a roll for that one, but
Yeah, it
you,
doesn't have anything next to it.
yeah, yes, you, especially you have seen this giant before. This giant is Barl.
Okay, that's a really scary name in another world.
I know who this is. This is Barl Breakbones, a stone giant, if you couldn't tell already. Oh, the Kreegs, well, they were basically enslaving themselves for power, rewards, all for this guy right
Oh.
here. Yeah, I'm remembering more now. There might be a kitchen somewhere. We could go have some popcorn instead of and you see Leskin but all before now has been like pretty cocky and everything, is like trembling slightly.
Oh.
And looking over at at this stone giant and looking back the way that they came, and you kind of see them kind of like hunch a little over in the shadows.
And
So,
as you look back from where you came, you notice that one of the statues he moves. So the head of the statue turns, and then he steps down. This is
my acid trip is coming back.
Mushrooms.
and you hear this giant behind you moving down, so to block your retreat, and then you see the giant back at the throne says, you little toad, I thought you were dead. You're a pesky little lot, aren't you? Now you lot, I thought you lot wouldn't get this far. What did you do to my little ogres, eh?
Rob, tell him what you did.
I purged them.
You're
Yeah,
nothing but a toad.
Okay.
How did
He's
you
a
do my
halfling.
ogres?
He's a powerful halfling.
Yes, he's
And you
powerful.
see him kind of shift to the other arm of the throne, but it's all that weird kind of stop animation. He's because he's stone. He's just moving
Like
around.
Ray Harryhausen's original Clash of the Titans style.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But he's huge.
That's another reference I won't get.
God's sake.
Right.
Clash of the Titans, Sinbad. You just need to watch these ones.
Yeah.
He seems like a pretty good conversationalist, so I'll start walking up out of the shadows a bit.
I am going with Rupp.
Be careful, Rupp. Be careful, Elena. Just, he'll break you in half. Just saying.
Oh, get him, Rob.
Yeah, I just say to him, we didn't mean to necessarily kill your ogres, just most of the ogres have been doing bad things in general, like round the town. We had heard some bad things. I hope you weren't behind this stuff.
That's very kind.
Behind this stuff? Behind this stuff? Don't you understand, you small, insignificant peck? There's a lot more going on than you think. I've just managed to bring the ogres together. I've managed to keep peace with the ogre clans. And I've managed to supply an army.
Yeah, what do you plan to do with that army? just out of interest.
Well, what do you think's been going on while you've been here?
What do you mean?
Well, I think you've been out of the way a little while. Us giants have been on the march. We've been taking over the lands. These were our lands before you insects came here.
You mean the mountains or
All of the
running?
lands.
All of the lands.
Can we not share?
We don't share.
Why can we not live side by side in harmony?
You are a pestilence. Your kind, you breed too fast.
Oh, I've heard this before. This is what he says before he starts thrashing with fists.
Mm-hmm. I think that one seems to know me quite well. Again,
You don't seem to have given a
you're-
very good impression.
It's the best impression I can do.
We're supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Oh, you get that reference? I was kind of hoping that the giant was going to have a Danny Dyer voice.
Can't do that.
Quite treacle.
Can't do those either.
You keep on calling us insects, Barl, but you know insects will always win in the end. When you're dead and just a mound on the ground, us insects will crawl over you, and I'll make sure to steal one of your eyes just for S and G's.
That may be so.
And Leskin's like this.
Get behind me.
He kind of puts one foot down off the throne as if to kind of see. You're not just insects. You're cockroaches. Yes, your kind is probably going to be around here for a long, long time. My kind are coming back. We are taking back this land and every land. We have been away for a while. We have gathered our strength and we are returning.
Where did you go?
We were...
Boring. Time to reveal my true nature. I'll cast Phantasmal Killer. I'm going to make it appear to him as if I am a million cockroaches. Engulf his spawn and put the fear into him.
Did anyone else just get really itchy?
Will saving throw, please.
Oh!
Was that nearly a natural
36?
Yeah, a 36 passes. So you take only 11 points of damage. But you do get a status frightened 1, so you have 1 level of fear.
Okay.
So I just want to make it appear as if I, to him anyway, just morph into this huge pile of cockroaches that swarms across the floor, climbs up his legs, his arms, crawls into his open mouth, into his ears, scrabbles all over his eyes, and bite and creep and crawl all over him.
Okay. So I'm kind of picturing the scarabs from the Mummy, like swarms of these insects swarming up his chair. He seems to just kind of sit there. They crawl all over him, they go into his mouth, they go into his ears, they come back out. But his skin is effectively made of stone.
It's psychic damage. It's not...
It appears to you as if nothing is happening. He's not moving from it.
Okay. That didn't work.
We just hear Elias like make some magic sounds and just go bah!
And then that didn't work.
That normally works.
I don't like it when you talk like this, Elias.
What did you do, Elias?
I sent something into his unconscious, assuming maybe mistakenly that he feared insects. He's into, in his narrative, referred to as insects, something that's below him, something that he detests. So I made him see a swarm of insects, and they swarmed all over his body.
Maybe you should have done a swarm of humans, since he considers humans to be insects.
Maybe he has some
I would-
resistance to magic.
I would not be surprised if he eats us, our insects in general. So it might have just been like, hey, dinner bell.
And
Protein is so important.
It really is.
with that, you see, he casts a spell in return. Can you all
Can
make
I
a
can I recognise it?
Yes. If you make a reflex, everyone make a reflex saving throw.
Hey, it's not a natural 20, but it's close.
That's a 35 to recognise the spell.
Okay, yes, you do. You see, as he's casting it, you recognise it to be a fireball.
Okie dokie.
33.
Hey, snap. 33.
Okay.
23.
Well done.
34.
Anyone below 20? 1, 2, 3, 4.
No.
I attempt to phase out and fail.
Hey.
So I now roll my reflex saving throw, which is not great. So 19.
Oh, that was. Oh, hold on. I've got another dice. That was quite poor, actually.
Yeah, I know.
No, I mean my rolls, not your rolls. It was 24 damage, so everyone successfully passed that. So you only take 12 points of damage.
What's the DC? Sorry.
It's 20 the DC.
Crap on a stick. I've got
So-
14.
Sorry to be lame and not know how something works that I have. I've got a ring of fire resistance.
So
Anybody?
it should give you half damage again.
So it's a quarter damage
Yeah.
then.
A ring of fire resistance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ring of fire resistance.
Check it.
So,
Or ring of energy resistance fire, I should say, Steve.
So as the fireball explodes all around you, you notice the giant behind you then steps in to attack. Can everyone now roll initiative, please? We are now in proper combat.
You take 5 less damage, Jeff.
Oh, it's 5 less, yeah?
Yeah.
So what was it, Dave? Sorry, 12, then minus 5, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Cool.
Oh, okay. So I can do energetic resonance. Expend a spell slot of equal level or higher than the triggering spell. You resist damage of twice the spell's level.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Is that worth it for 12 points of damage though?
It might be the 12
I'll-
points damage that saves you.
I'll save it. I'll save it for like in my pocket.
Okay. Initiative.
Okay, so for initiative, and this it's been a very long. Where is the initiative?
Perception.
Perception.
Yeah, you just
Oh, it's
take your
perception. All right,
Yeah.
that makes sense. All right,
Okay.
cool.
Right.
And Dave, I hate to tell you this. This is neither my honour or my privilege, but you get an inspiration point, hero point.
Hey! Is that from the
that's
public
not
vote?
fair.
This is from the public vote.
Yay!
Yes.
See?
Yeah.
It's because it's my birthday.
Someone
Birthday
someone
God,
spent a
yeah.
lot of points to make that happen.
I'm glad you noticed and said that. Normally it's me that has to say that, but thank you, Marco.
Okay. Initiative order, please. Right.
That's your birthday wish moved up. Used up.
I got a 29.
29. Well done. And Tolkus?
24.
24. And Harrison?
37.
37.
Bloody hell.
And
That was a 20, wasn't it?
Elias?
No, 18.
30.
30. Yelena?
37.
No, 37.
That was a waste of a natural 20.
Oh no.
That's exactly the same way as I feel about the natural 20 on my stealth skill from earlier.
The
Rolling
pro-
a 2 on my saving throw.
The problem is we're rolling so many 20s now. It's too many. Leskin?
33.
33. Everyone's wow. Okay, so we're now at the top of the round of the first round. It's going to be Harrison followed by Yelena followed by Leskin. Harrison, you're up first.
So
You got a giant in front of you who's still sitting on his throne. He has just literally launched a fireball at you, which has exploded, and everyone's kind of, dodged out the way. It's the whole point of your reflex throw. The giant behind you, who's blocking the exit, is now advancing towards you.
Okay.
He's dragging a big ass stick behind him.
It's probably better to find an escape route of sorts for us. So I'm going to go for the giant behind us. How tall is this giant?
I think we're talking about 20 foot.
Big.
Okay, so he's a lot taller than me. And how far away is he from me at the moment?
If we check out, we can't see it on this particular battle map because you're right on the bottom. But if we was to move everyone up,
I'll move everybody up and get them on the screen. Sorry.
Yeah, I just noticed you got Mordecai there as well. Have we got a Leskin?
Yes, I've got a Leskin. Sorry.
Cool. So it's closing fast, Harrison.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to climb up the giant, if I may.
You can, yeah.
So what would you like me to roll for that, if I do need to roll for anything?
You can do an athletics if you want to try to climb the giant.
Yeah, I might do it with flair if I can, with acrobatics if I may.
Ric Flair.
So a 22 for the acrobatics check.
A 22. Okay. You manage so with your grappling rope as well. Or
Let's
just
assume
trying
that I'm just using. I'm doing it with flair, but I didn't think of using my grappling hook, but I'll be trying to
basically
leap up.
you're trying to run up as he steps forward. You're trying to go run up his leg onto his knee, and carry on going.
I'm doing it like a circus act of sorts, but climbing up this massive giant.
And you got
what role would Harrison have in a circus? Let me think.
You'd want to be the ringmaster.
I was thinking something with a bit more makeup on and maybe a big wig. Or,
He'd want to be the ringmaster. He probably would be the clown.
Yeah.
Be the lion tamer.
What was your roll, Harrison?
It was a 22 in total.
Okay. Right, so you succeed. You manage to get up to the leg, but you don't get any further.
Okay. So, yeah.
In the groin.
I will probably just try and slash at it. I don't know how much. That would be an action. Huh?
Slash at what?
Slash at the big giant that I'm
the big
now...
giant what?
So I'm going to be using my twin attack. So the first attack is a 34, so that will hopefully hit.
That hits,
and the next attack is a 25, which may or may not hit.
25 is a miss.
Okay, so just one attack.
Yep.
And I'll be using my striking wounding short sword. So that is 9 points of slashing damage and 3 points of my persistent bleed damage. But because it can't bleed, it probably doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Does it bleed pebbles?
Right. End of your go?
Or sand?
I think that's it, because my twin attack is two actions, so that's probably it for me.
Yelena, followed by Leskin, please.
Okie doke. Am I within 70 feet of Barl?
Yes. So if you check out, if you're using Dungeon Fog 5, 10, 15, I will switch it over so the viewers can see as well. Bink. There we go.
So Elena's going to hold her hand out and she's going to say, you want to know what insects can do? How about a bit of this? And I would like you to make a reflex save, please.
Ooh, to Barl. Okay.
To Barl, yep.
Oh, it's a bad one. Reflex. Oh, no, 17. That's 21.
Fail.
Ooh.
Fail. I cast Cone of Cold. Okay. I don't know what this does, but it is 12d6. So sorry about the maths, but I'm going to have to do. 20, 31 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, he does not like that.
Oh, good.
Well done.
I wasn't sure.
Okay. Right. So you made the cone of cold shoots out, enveloping him completely, and you just see the ice start to appear. The frost is all up his body and arms, making his nice stony skin all nice and shiny.
All pretty and sparkly.
But seems to be in pain from that.
Oh, what a shame.
Okay. Anything else?
That will be my turn.
That was your
I
two.
will stand firm.
Leskin followed by Elias, please.
Luskin sees what Yelena did and just hops and like claps their hands. It's like, oh, I want to do that too, and cast Cone of Cold, which is the signature. So with me getting 3 actions, does that mean I could do Cone of Cold more than once?
Cone of Cold is 2 actions.
2 actions.
It's 2 actions, so I get 1 more.
Yep.
Okay.
Depending on what you want to do, at the moment you're stood behind Rupp and Yelena, so valid if you want to cast Cone of Cold over them. Entirely up to you, or you can move.
Don't hit me.
I promise nothing. So definitely Cone of Cold. What is Elemental Toss? Because that's 1 action, and I'm wondering.
I do not know.
That will allow you to throw an element. So it'll basically like a snowball or an ice ball.
Perfect.
5d6 damage.
Cone of Cold, and then a petty snowball.
And then a snowball.
Right after that.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm not certain what I'm rolling for
So
this.
the cone of cold is a reflex saving throw on me.
It is indeed.
Snowball.
I just got visions of
man.
a snowball version of Fireball, like delayed blast snowball.
Well, I got a natural 1.
Oh, nice.
Crap.
It doesn't have any
Double
critical
damage.
things,
Does it not have a
unfortunately.
critical thing?
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
So yeah, I've definitely failed the cone of cold, so you can roll damage.
Is it basic reflex?
Okay, what am I rolling
Does
for
something.
damage for this?
It does do.
Does it?
Yeah.
Because I don't
Ooh.
have that.
It did not come up for me.
He freezes
What?
and his legs fall off.
2 seconds and I'll get you damage.
He does double
12d6.
damage. Double damage.
It's 12d6? Thank you.
Yep.
Oh,
And then double.
nice.
Double
Apparently.
damage because of crit.
Great. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Potentially could be a very short fight.
It could be. I'll break out the emergency.
Yeah.
The emergency giants.
Ooh, you might have to. That was like one of the best rolls I think I've ever done. That was only 9 of them. Let me get 3 more real quick.
He's sweating. He's sweating.
Sweat.
Look at him.
It's getting hot, even though they're using cold.
Oh my god. What?
You rolling rocks?
Yeah, this is like I'm very impressed with this. All right, let me see here.
What's the number?
It's 3 digits.
Yeah, I was just going to say exactly the same thing. Fiverr says it's 3 digits.
12d6 doubles.
If it's 3 digits,
That's
will be
very
considerable.
hard to do. I guess.
The anticipation's killing me.
Sorry. So I got 52 just from the 12d6. That's not counting anything else.
Yep, so that's 104 damage in total.
Blimey.
Ouch.
What about the
MVP.
pity snowball?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, what's
The snowball is just going to finish him off, I think. Oh.
So you need to roll to hit with a snowball.
Okay, so
Oh my gosh.
do I need to roll a
D20 and you
Roll
get
D20,
17 to hit, plus 17
17
on
to
top of
hit.
your dice.
I got a 6
You just
plus
showed
17.
Yelena up.
6 plus 17, that's what, 20? 23.
23, yeah.
23. So that was a 23 to hit with the snowball.
That misses.
Okay. That just like
He just doubles over in pain and it sails over his head.
Yeah, you managed to splat the wall behind him, which is not like what? That was a huge amount of damage. Well done.
Do things start to get cold for Harrison at this stage?
No, because we've gone the other direction.
Okay.
We've gone for the chap on the throne.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you're on your own, Harrison. Just in case you did. You tried to run away again.
I tried not to damage Harrison this time.
Okay, Leskin, your turn is over. Elias followed by Rupp.
I think I'm going to have to stand there and waste one of my goes, just completely flabbergasted with
an action.
Complete intensity of that spell that's just gone off.
You can do it.
That was unbelievable. I've never seen such raw power before. I'm slightly jealous.
Like I said, you could try dying and coming back. It does wonders for the spells.
I might take you up on that offer. I was going to do a fireball, but I feel quite inadequate at the moment. So, Tolkus, heads up, and I'll throw a haste at Holkus.
Holkus.
Not Holkus.
Oh, that's a new name. I like that. I like that.
Careful of
Hasty
copyright.
Tolkus is
Careful of copyright.
See, you're now hasted.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well done.
I'm definitely not following that with fireball. Absolutely not.
Okay, so you transform Tolkus. Sorry, you haste Tolkus.
Oh.
Haste Tolkus, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else? That's it. You're done.
I'm out, yeah.
Yeah. Rupp, it's you, followed by me.
Okay, I'm going to spend one action to move over to Tulkas. I'm then going to spend a first level spell. I'm then going to empower my hands with some healing magic, heal him for a little bit, but he also gets I think it's 3d6 now, something like that. I'll find out. But you get 3d6 to all your weapon attacks next turn, plus a bit of healing.
Sorry, 3d6 what?
Radiant positive damage on all your attacks.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that is gonna be 14 points of healing.
Yeah, it's twice as much as I needed to get back to maximum.
Okay, yeah, and yeah, you get some stuff. I'll just figure it out. But yeah.
When it's my turn, just shout.
Yeah, when it's your turn.
Don't forget.
Yeah. So and that's my turn. As I grab his ankles and just heal him up and boost him up as he's about to haste away from me.
Okay, so Barl is after being in a lot of pain, almost frozen to the throne itself. He will advance to we got basically Yelena and Rupp and Leskin almost in a line, and we'll move up to advance.
Did not think that through.
Nope. And
I did. I just didn't care.
You see him as he steps forward. He brings something from the side of the stone throne, which is this massive club. It's a giant stone club, and he is going to make his 3 attacks. 20. This is attacking Yelena. 28 to hit.
That will hit. Yes.
Okay, and we're going to roll those first. That's 21 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay.
He's then going to hit Rupp. Oh, that might not. That's a 25.
It doesn't hit.
It does not hit. He misses. And then the final hit, he's going to hit Yelena again.
Does he have to?
9.
I think he's pissed that you told everybody his weakness of ice.
It's the minus 10. 19.
Oh, that does not hit.
Does not hit. Okay, and then the second giant behind everyone is going to advance. in range of Harrison's on him, and he's just going to try to like squash Harrison. That is a 29 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. It's not actually much. Well, I say it's not much damage. Depends. Oh, that's good, and that's bad. That's 21 damage on the first hit.
Okay.
Second hit is 32 to hit. That hits.
Okay.
16, 24 damage on the second hit. And then the final one is 21, 30, and then back down to 21. 21. Does that hit you?
To hit? No.
No, right. So the last one, because of the minus 10, doesn't get you on that one.
Okay.
Okay. That is the giant's go over. Tolkus, you're bringing up the rear, and then we go to top of the round.
Tolkus is going to move up to the King of the Giants, or whatever his name was, I can't remember.
Oh.
Okay.
Barl.
The giant who's in contact with Harrison, you will be leaving his threat area, so he gets attack of opportunity against you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yep. Good. 21.
Unfortunately, not enough.
Okay. And misses.
Maybe I ducked as I walked away, sort of ducked, and he just went.
Yep. So Tolkus, you move up to Barl.
Yeah, so that's one action. So haste gives me an extra action, doesn't it? So that
does.
can count as my extra action, I guess. And with my second action, I will do a Furious Focus power attack against the King Giant.
Yep.
Oh, very nearly a 20, but not quite. 18 on the dice plus 20 to hit. That's 38 armor class that hits.
That hits. Yeah.
And he's going to take.
You do an extra 2d6 of radiant.
Oh, right. Stay there.
Do I need a calculator?
Probably.
Here we go. Human calculators.
No, actual calculator. Don't do it in my head.
Right, okay, I need to roll one more dice in a sec. Stay there a sec. So that is 22, 28, 31, 36, plus... Oh, that's good. It's another 12.
48.
48 damage. Did that hit?
Ooh.
Blimey.
And then it'll do a normal attack at a -5.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, it's 19 on the dice. Ugh! I'm just gonna not roll any 20s today. So that hits 39 armor class.
Yeah.
And does 6 plus 6, 8, and 5. Go on, people.
19.
Plus 4 for strength. That's 23.
23. Yeah.
And final attack at -10. And it's an 18 again. But no 20s, because apparently I'm not worthy. And 11, 7, 18, 19, 23.
Is he still alive?
Yes. Not happy about it, but yeah, he's not happy about being alive. But
I was going to say, we can help him if he's not happy about being alive.
no.
We're not inviting him back once he's dead.
No.
No.
Yeah, no. Only certain people get invited back.
Okay.
Take that, you big stone bully.
So you hit and chop using the is it the magic axe you're using?
It's the ice axe.
The ice axe. So each
Great
hit
axe of ice.
seems to, because he's already been weakened by the previous ice magic, you seem to you cleave into the stone, and you see these like burned by ice gouges in his body as each hit lands. And it doesn't seem to do anything. It does seem to slow him down. There's no blood, there's nothing else. It does seem to affect him. It definitely seems to hurt him. As each
Powered
hit,
with radiant
he
flame
has-
as well.
Yeah. So it hurts him. So each hit is. Did you forget to put that one on?
Yeah, I completely forgot to roll the extra damage for the second and third attack.
Okay, so top of the.
Never mind.
Right, top of the next round.
I did enough reminding.
Yeah, I did it for the first
Yeah.
one, and then I had it in my head that it was only going to last
So-
for the first attack.
Oh, right,
As he rears back with your hits, he's just kind of trying to get away from you, but not backing out of the threat area.
Yeah.
He calls out, and when you see something, he calls out in Giant. If anyone can speak Giant, you can understand what he says.
I don't think any of us can.
No, I think we had that before, didn't we? It's stuff in Giant. And then you see him kind of clap his hands, very kind of Hulk style.
No, I only speak common.
And as he claps his hands, you all hear more stone grinding, stone on stone, as two more. Thank you for following. Two more statues from the back, from the core entrance, like turn and step down. They each kind of dig their hands into the stone around them, and almost as if it's hidden within, pull out another natural club each and advance on you there.
I think I know what he said.
It's good when you can pick up a language so easy, isn't it?
So Tulkas turns around quickly and shouts to Harrison, Harrison, you hold those three up, yes?
I'm a bit damaged. I'm gonna be leaving combat soon.
I like that, like it's a choice.
So, someone in live chat just said that I said their name properly.
Yay!
I get 10 points. They must
Is that
watch
the
the show
one that you
regularly.
just tried to say a minute ago?
Yeah.
Because I was wondering if you were just mumbling something out. Look as if you did say.
That's what the Giant just said. You see, reinforcements have arrived.
Never
That
get the
wasn't
names
John.
correct, Dave. How has this happened?
So two more Giants have stepped in from the back, but Barl is rearing back, and he starts to kind of look behind him. You can see that in the areas behind him, behind the throne. Now you've got a better view. This is Tulkas. Now you've got a better view of that. You can see there are barrels and crates, and there are stacks of weapons and armor and all kinds of things just kind of heaped in the back.
Are they giant-sized?
They're actually a mixture. If you're going to have a look, you realise.
Yeah, not yet. I think I've got more pressing things to do.
Yeah. So, Harrison, you are kind of surrounded by three stone giants. Harrison, followed by Yelena. What would you like to do?
So I suppose this is where the ruling comes into effect. That the step rule, I carefully move 5 feet, but because I'm currently hugging the giant at present, I want to leap away from the giant without hopefully triggering an attack of opportunity. But I'm guessing I probably can't avoid it. So I'll let you decide whether I can or can't, or whether I can roll to do it acrobatically.
No, because you're on the waist of the middle giant. You want to try to somersault away without getting hurt, basically. No, you can somersault away, and then I can try to hit you.
Okay, fine. All right. Well, I'll try and somersault anyway because that's what Harrison does with flair.
You're going to try to backflip away.
Yeah. With a natural 2 plus 18, so 20, unnatural 20.
No, you somersault okay. You somersault away, but the giants still get to hit you.
Okay.
Okay. So the one that you was on tries to grab you. He hasn't used his club. He's been using his fist and like to squash you.
Yeah.
So he's gonna use that again. That is a 31 to grab
That definitely
you.
hits.
Okay, so this is gonna grab you. This one doesn't do that much actually. 14. That's 18 points of damage as he grabs you in mid-air. So as you somersault back, he grabs you out of the air, and now he has you in that air, grappled. Okay, you can feel this. Literally, stone is now squeezing you. That's his first. he's got, because this is his reaction. So this is he's got you.
Yeah.
You are now trapped. unless you can do anything else, your turn is up.
Yeah. I've literally got nothing that I can do to get myself out of this, so
Okay.
I'm probably gonna take it.
Okay, Yelena followed by Leskin then, please.
Okay. If I take a step backwards diagonally, am I still within his threatened area?
No, but he will get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, that's not what I want.
No, not if you step.
If you're just
you're all right.
stepping.
Yeah, I'm just stepping.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will step back, slam my staff on the ground, and fling my other hand out, and I will cast Lightning Bolt at him.
Okay.
That will probably hit, because I rolled an 18, and I add
Nice.
17 to it. Does that hit?
That hits.
Cool. That's not a bad roll. 10, 20, 28, 34 points of electricity damage.
How much? 34?
34.
Nice. Yelena,
Fling.
good damage.
Fling a lightning bolt at him.
Okay. So you fling the lightning bolt. It erupts all over his body, probably because he's still kind of a bit frosty.
Yep.
And it's residue magic left over from Tolkas's axe, actually. You see it crackle into the cuts that Tolkas made, and he almost staggers backwards and almost trips up the steps leading back to the throne. In that weird kind of stop animation jerky movement, he lands on his backside quite unfortunately, and then starts to look behind him.
Did he just leave the threat area?
Possibly as a way of escape. Yes, not by choice.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
I'll give you the attack of opportunity if you wish.
Oh, thank you very much, old chap.
Elena's going to shout as he moves back, going backwards, wobbling. He's like, "Do you surrender? We're clearly not cockroaches."
No reply. He's looking around, but he is looking panicked.
Right, so I rolled a 10 on the dice plus 20. That hits an armor class of 30.
Cool. That hits, yeah.
And he's going to take 8, 5.
I'm just waiting for the numbers to add up.
Yeah, sorry. So
Are there extra d6s on this, Chris?
Yeah, well, it's
Yes.
every attack, isn't it?
Yeah, every attack he's done this round.
Okay.
21, 25,
Jesus.
31 plus 4 for strength, 35 damage.
Have you got the 2d6, yeah?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
2d6. Yeah.
Thank God.
I'm not going to forget that.
Because that's all I do.
It's much appreciated. It's just that my memory's not what it used to be.
This is great. Okay, so you hit him as he's trying to kind of fall back. Let's say you just catch him in the leg. Again, another gash seems to spark open with both divine light and frost exploding from it. This time he does seem to howl at it. He pulls his leg back and puts his arm around his hands, around his ankles, but there's no voice coming out of him anymore. And he looks like he's desperately now trying to crawl away backwards in panic.
So we're going to say, aren't we? We're going to say, surrender now or be destroyed.
All you see is his mouth opening up. He doesn't. No voice is coming from it anymore.
Maybe he can't hear you. Maybe you should remove his head so he can hear you better.
Yes, and shout into his ear. Hey, you!
So Leskin, over to you.
Well, Leskin sees Barl about, looks like Barl's kind of taken care of, and looks up and sees Harrison, their best friend, Harrison, in the grasp of this giant.
The best of us.
It's like they have such a long and storied history together. Leskin has to do something about this. Before I have them do their action, though, I see here Threefold Aspect, and it doesn't have any actions in it. Can I just use that for flavor?
Yeah.
Okay, so Threefold Aspect happens where Leskin is now switching between versions of themselves at different ages. So that's just happening.
Yeah.
Randomly. From like small child Leskin, like regular size, and old person Leskin.
Kind of glad I'm looking the other way. That might freak me out.
So, but that's happening now. So what Leskin's going to do is I want to use acrobatics to leap up and, using momentum, tug Harrison out of this giant's grasp.
Okay.
That's very noble.
Oh, well, you don't know what their end game is here.
He's really not worth it.
More than the rest of the party doing
He's
for
my
him.
brother. Save my brother.
Got nothing
Alright,
left.
So that's 18 plus 16. That's
Nice.
34.
Yeah,
Is that right?
that succeeds, and then we're gonna to actually get him out, to actually pull him out. We just do a straightforward strength check.
Could
strength
the
contest.
momentum of like two bodies, like they're basically tackling.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's actually a fail. You manage to get Harrison out of the hand, and you both kind of like just tumble. Harrison lands with a splat. You kind of superhero pose land next to
On
him.
the knee.
Yeah.
Are you still doing that thing where you are changing between forms as you're doing this, or is it now stopped?
No. We're just gonna have this be going on. Like this is happening now. So there's like a smaller kid version of Leskin looking at you, and then they go.
I'll go. Thanks, I guess.
So we got Elias followed by Rupp.
Okay, so Leskin has got Harrison out of
Has
the
freed
giant's
Harrison, yeah.
grasp, so that's good.
And then
So
Boomer
that means
Raspberry.
that's fine as long as he's not touching the giant, because obviously electricity is conductive. So the lightning bolt that I'm going to throw at the two giants that are nicely lined up for me can both make me a reflex saving throw, and I won't feel guilty about damaging Harrison.
Okay.
Would you anyway, though?
Yeah, I would have done. I'd have just feel guilty about damaging him. Now those feelings of guilt have been spared.
I have a 15 and a 17.
That's 2 fails. So you take 23, 32, 40 points of damage each.
Nice.
40 points. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's to the one that had hold of Harrison and the one behind him, which I've labelled Giant 3.
Yep. Okay.
And then with my third action, I'm going to use my focus spell, and I'm going to speak to Giant number 2, and say, you really don't want to attack me. Look what I did to your friends. Attacking me is not an option. Why don't you just wander back down the corridor? We're about to kill your big daddy. Wander off into the mountains and have a nice life for yourself. You don't want to do this, son. You really don't. Can you make me a will saving throw, please?
Big Daddy.
That is a fail. That is a 14.
Okay, so with charming words, with a fail, he can't use hostile actions against me.
Okay, doke.
And that's my go over.
That's
Big Daddy.
Rupp.
Right. Well, I was gonna save Harrison, but I guess that's not gonna. It doesn't need happening anymore. Is he looking hurt?
He's just kind of crumpled onto the floor a little bit, yeah. As always, Harrison always looks a bit dishevelled anyway.
If you can see Harrison, he's looking very, very, very bloodied right now.
Okay. Right. Okay. Sure. I will. Right. I'm going to put my hands together and just start blurring out of reality a bit and swapping with Harrison back and forth as I cast Shield Other on him.
Wow.
And it looks like our bodies are kind of linked and merged as we just keep swapping places a little bit. So I'm going to take half the damage that he does.
Wow. You're going to become
Excellent, thank you.
Rupperson. Wow. Okay.
It's very
Leslie
generous.
And then
looks at this and holds up a finger that has like a little cut on it. It's like, and what about me?
Do I feel anything as this is happening?
Yeah, you feel like our fates are entangled. Let's just say. So yeah, and you just look at, and I just take out a sweet from my bag and throw it at you and cast guidance on Leskin.
Okay.
I don't think about the cut, but maybe this sweet will help.
We start with Barl. Barl is still backing away. He's still backing away. He keeps looking around to the back wall, but now he's kind of got a hand around his throat, and he's realizing that there's no voice coming out of it. And you see his hand kind of just going up towards who's there, like Tolkus and Elias as they're looking. The other giants continue to attack. So Harrison and Leskin, the middle giant is going to attack. Ooh, Harrison, that is a 27.
That's what you need.
Okay. She rolled the wrong damage, but it doesn't matter. That's 28 points of damage.
I take 14 of it.
Okay, so as this happens, Harrison arches his back, and it just now completely cold and lifeless, but obviously unconscious now.
Wait, you take even with 14 off?
Yes.
Oh shit.
So you're unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, he can grab your body, and we'll do a Hulk smash with it.
You mean like Loki?
Like
a Hulk smash.
Loki.
So he grabs you by the legs as you fall unconscious because you can't put up a struggle, and I rolled. Ooh, I rolled real high. That is 26. Just because I want to hit some damage, and you see Hulkus get hoisted up by his feet, and goes bam, 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 bam into the cold, hard floor. You take 52 points of damage as your body just starts to crack and the bones start to break as your body gets pulverized.
How does it work?
Yeah, so I'm currently in a dying condition at this stage, I believe. So, I would probably just take a dying current status.
You take that. Rup, do you continue to take half the damage?
No.
As soon as he's unconscious, the connection's done.
Give me a sec. Right, let me just read it again.
You can double check. And Leskin, as you're near, the other giant is in. Oh no! I don't think a 19 is going to hit your armor class.
Are you talking? No, it doesn't.
19,
the spell ends when he hits 0.
Okay, so that's fine. You don't take any extra damage on that one. That was lucky. And Leskin, does a 27 hit you?
It does.
Sorry. 22, sorry, because it's a -5.
22 does not.
Okay. So the second one, he uses his club on the other one. And the first one misses, the second one misses. You just kind of move it side to side.
Yeah, it's older person Leskin, and they're doing the electric slide out of the way.
Stylish, I like it.
Tolkus, you're up.
Okay.
Barl is moving away from you. He's kind of putting his hand to his throat, and then his hand is up in the air.
Yeah, I'll actually use an action to say something to him and get a reply, if that's okay. Obviously not an audible reply because he can't talk. But I'll say to him, do you surrender? Give me a thumbs up if you surrender.
He's, I will check. He is still so panicked, he's not really paying much attention to you. But he's still kind of clambering away.
But he's not. He's effectively not a threat, is he? Because he's effectively backing out.
Yeah, he's backing out. He's now back up against the wall, and he's just doing that.
See, Tulkas doesn't like to finish off things that are not even fighting back. So I think what I'll do is I will leave him backing off, and I will turn and then go towards the nearest other stone giant guards.
Okay,
one
so
of the
you're
guards.
going back into the middle of the room.
Unfortunately, I can't see the map. Sorry. So if I can get to one of them within at least one move, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Is that yes, Steve? Is that good?
Yeah, good.
You get to the middle.
Good.
So that's 2 actions. So I should have 2 more left, which I can do 1 power attack, because that takes 2 actions.
Yeah.
So I shall power attack that one I've moved up to.
Yeah.
Ah, it's natural 20. About bloody
Had to
time.
happen.
So 18, 19, 18, 17, 18. Yeah, well, there we go. So he is going to take. Just listen to those dice for a sec. Right. It's 11. Double 11 on the d12s is a good start. 5, 1, 4. Right, so that's 22.
This is where it starts to
23,
fall down now.
27.
So everyone who's kind of looking at Barl, you see him backing away still. He's got his back against the far wall. Tulkas has now come into the middle of the room to attack the other giants.
3 plus 4 is 47 damage.
Okay.
Doubled. Because it was critical.
24.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So the middle giant, this is the first one who came in. Your hits almost they cleave even deeper than what they've done with Barl. To the point where this giant just breaks apart. He rumbles apart. The head falls off, the limbs fall off, and it just turns into rock as it all collapses in on itself. So you've got a big pile of rubble.
Tulkas points at it with his axe and goes, I guess his name was Pebbles. And then just laughs. That was in honour of Harrison, who's been downed, that joke.
Can't say anything. So. I can't return.
Do you
Luskin chirps up and goes, bam, bam.
Bam, hey! I like it. No, that was the end of my turn.
Okay, so top of the round, you see, this is top of the round 3. You see Barl keeps kind of backing away, and he's almost... who's looking? I think Elias is looking at Barl at the moment. Anyone else looking at Barl?
I think Elena's going between him and Harrison.
Okay, so you see Barl there, and again he's put his hand to his throat, and he's doing this to kind of ward you away, and then he's looking at the two remaining giants, and you see him kind of he put his hands down, and then he claps, boom boom. The 2 giants collapse into pebbles and rock, and just fall down to the floor on their own.
I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, have you chosen death then?
And again, he's putting his hand to his throat, and he's just
So chatty. You're so chatty now, aren't you, Barl? Almost as chatty as when you were trying to eviscerate me.
You see him, he kind of, the recognition there is the smile is in his eyes. And you can see him trying to, all he's saying is nodding, but he's trying to move his mouth. And he's got this weird, keeps grabbing his throat. Thank you, Hydra Lord.
I know the perfect way to cure a sore throat. Remove the throat. And Luskin's going to start running towards Barl.
While this is happening, Yelena would like to look at Harrison and stabilize him.
Okay.
So you are no longer dying. You're still unconscious, but you're not dying.
Okay. So yeah, I will.
You can
I'll
see that he's got numerous wounds all over his body from various impacts. Housebroken Geek, thank you for the raid. So you got bits of literally there's stone embedded into him. You can see bits of bone sticking out of his flesh. He is a right mess. He is literally been pulverized.
Just but a flesh wound.
Yeah, I will also walk up to Barl behind Leskin.
I'm going to go behind the throne to see what he was looking at.
And we're going to find out what happens. We're going to take a short break because we need it. Right, so what we're going to do for everyone watching this, while we kind of nip off for a quick refreshment, get a fresh drink, get some snacks, I'm going to show you Hunters Entertainment latest Kickstarter. We have a trailer for you to view. This is the Gods of Metal Ragnarok. So do check this out. And we'll be asking questions when we get back. So if you stick your questions into live chat, the moderators will then feed them to me, and then we can ask them, and we can get loads of your answers. Okay? Everybody ready? We're going to have about 2 minutes. On your marks, get set, go.
Gather, my chosen, and heed the call to a saga of adventure, a song to end all. Forged from the cord, 2 worlds given birth, one made of awesome, the other no worth. Mutilated, abused, the cord was unstrung. When their mirror was shaped, a grey waste begun. Born of the remainder, its fate was unbound. A land of pure metal, the glorious sound. Rise, find your glory. Rise and be free upon the fields of Ragnarok to victory. The gods of metal cry out, demanding blood, sweat, and fear. Seek treasure, find glory, pay tribute for all to hear. Faith must be proven in the pits of these lands. Your songs must rise above as the chosen form bands. Immortality awaits those avatars who believe. With blade, steel, and destiny, what tales shall you weave? Rise, shed your shackles, rise and be free. Deep in the halls of Ragnarok, ascend to victory! Ragnarok.
Okay, we are back, and everyone hasn't come back yet. So it's just me and you, audience. Lovely. Here we go. Here's Markeia. Can you hear me, Markeia? You got the headphones in? There we go. So we've got some questions coming in already. I'm just sipping through them. And so everyone has seen the trailer now. Again, if you have any questions, any additional questions, stick them into live chat. The moderators are feeding them to me. Some people have sent them to me on Twitter as well directly. Thank you very much. We mentioned right at the start about the vinyl album. And I think people have already been going and checking out the Kickstarter page. What was the inspiration to do a vinyl album with the Kickstarter?
Okay, well, with the company Hunters Entertainment and the lead developer on it, Ivan. Well, one of the things with Ragnarok in general is just that heavy metal is like a staple in a lot of people's adolescent like discovery and like their joy type of a thing. Is that adrenaline inducing, heart bumping type of a thing. Put that together with Brutal Legend and also the book series King of the Wild and Metalocalypse and the genesis of this game, like those seeds were planted, and it had always been on the periphery for Hunters Entertainment for like a number of years. And then thanks to the connections that a number of people in the company had in the musical realm of things, like having Jason Charles Miller, having Paul Gargano, who is an amazing music producer, the contacts that Ivan had already. It was decided that it was like, this isn't just an RPG. This can be an amazing RPG, complete with going ahead and making that handshake over the aisle for heavy metal, for metalheads. It's like to live this epic heavy metal fantasy life. So with that, they started making moves to have these incredible bands be part of the vinyl. And we actually have three different albums that will be with this project. There's Gods of Metal, which is the limited edition vinyl. That's the one that has Motorhead on it, Icon for Hire, Gygax.
Yep.
It has unreleased music or music that has been remixed just for this project. We also have Avatars of Metal, which is for the Kickstarter at the $300 level pledge. You can submit your band to be on Avatars of Metal. Because Wow. So it's like it's going to be our indie band, the indie band one, and that's going to be available digitally. So, and then there is the original soundtrack, which was a stretch goal that ended up getting unlocked at $90,000, and that is Residrone, which is Jameson Boyes and Jason Charles Miller from Godhead, that group that did radio tracks for Cyberpunk 2077. They're doing original soundtrack for us. It is already unlocked. This is happening with it. It's 60 minutes of heavy metal soundtrack that comes with the game, depending on what your pledge level is, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you mentioned the avatars. Some of the artwork is fantastic. I'm going to bring up some of the artworks. We've got it on here, and we just let that kind of roll through. Who is the artist for this? Is it a mixture of artists or is it just one artist?
It's a mixture of different artists. Our art director, Caleb Cleveland, has had amazing artists that have been brought on. I can give you some names because I know their names like first names, but I want to be like, oh yeah, they're full. Let's do their government names for this. Here. Yeah. Oh, and okay, we have Bruce Bernays. You've seen them do a number of the art that you see, like when you see the giant speakers of the dead.
Yeah.
When you see the umbilical descent. When you see that's Bruce. The two world showing of Mundania, the gray drab world that's very like what we have, but grayer and drabber, and you're a cog in the machine, except you don't know any better until you just become this epic. You do this epic thing to break you out of that, taking you into Ragnarok. So like that split artwork that you can see, that's also Bruce. So. But some other artists, we have Matt Mooney, also a part of this, and yeah, I've got a lot of people's first names on this. Well, we have a Discord, and our community manager, Alex Hillman. It would be real if you want the artist names, then you can like ping us there in our Discord, and they'll be able to reel that off for you.
Wait, we've got questions coming in about the avatars. They've said, which one is your favourite? And which one has been your favourite to play? So not just the artwork, but the favourite to play.
Oh, okay, definitely. I created my avatar, Carthusis Artifact. And Carthusis is, she's a she-they. She is this giant character that has kind of think like old school wrestling, like old school wrestlers. She's that with like you know, WWE championship belt that's actually like made out of the head of Cthulhu. And you know, her cape is piranhas, her boots are made out of wolves. But she's a howler. So that's my favorite class. And the howlers are summoners. Like they beat into that beat of nature. Like everything that is nature, a howler can call forth. And it's just like I'm all about that. And their god that I chose for Carthusis is Finrar, who is the alignment is also with nature, with force, with it's brutalizers would go really good with Finrar, but I was like, no, I'm going to have a howler that's also going to have that physical aspect along with being able to channel nature. So that's my personal favorite. I know people in the company have different ones.
There's some comments going on about how everyone's loving the mix of wrestling and metal. This is everything I want to hear, they're saying. What about do we mention what game system? What system does the game use?
Okay, it's D4s. So the most metal of dice possible. Ones and fours matter. Nothing else matters in between. So ones are your failures. That's your feedback. So each of your character has a feedback threshold. So when you are in Ragnarok, you collect too much feedback, you will basically get ejected out of Ragnarok, have to go back to Mundania until you become epic enough to be able to come back into Ragnarok again. So that does mean, yes, you leave the rest of your band high and dry during that time for you to narratively have to come back on the other side of the divide. Fours are your successes, are tribute. Now with tribute, you can put that into a performance pool. Like let's say, for instance, you are going up against a giant Beatworm and you only need one tribute to be able to rip the gash that you want in its side to then throw an explosive in there. Great, but you actually ended up rolling 3 tributes. So you have 2 extra. So you can make this super amazingly epic with what you're doing with those 3. Or you can use the one that you need to do the gash and the explosion, and then you put the other 2 into your performance pool. So let's say right behind you, Steve is going, and Steve needs 2 tributes to be able to activate an ability on his blue fire axe guitar. So
I would totally play Shredder.
You know, I kind of felt you would be a Shredder. That's why that came through. So, and it's like then they're able to go ahead and enact their ability because they have those 2 tribute to be able to utilize on their turn. So, you know, put in a penny, take out a penny. Hunters was very experienced first when it came to the system, did not want to make it too crunchy. It is supposed to be a cathartic release for you, especially at times like this.
You got that. You mentioned the D4s, the design, the style of them. You got Die Hard dice to do them. They look incredible. They
do look amazing.
They're zinc, Dave. They're like metal. They're metal zinc. I've held them, and you hold them, and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna wreck some ish up.
They look. I was just blown away by the design. I just because they got the bits cut out of them, like chiseled out of them. They look amazing. It's so styled.
Yeah. It's got the Ragnarok logo, stamped in it as well. They're gorgeous. We're trying to have a small dice video come out because like we're approaching our final weekend of our Kickstarter. So, you know, we're doing the push for just like, hey, here's all this stuff. Really want you to know about this stuff. It's so cool.
There's a few questions about you as well.
Hit me.
It says, what are some of the challenges that you've personally had in the industry, and what's your advice for someone who might face similar challenges?
Okay, definitely. Okay, so for those that don't know, I'm the marketing manager for Hunters Entertainment. I am new in that position, although I have been working with Hunters. Oh God, time is so weird. I started working with them last year, somewhere midish quarantine. I forget what
Time is a
month
construct at
was.
this point.
It really is. But for me personally, I am, well, I guess in a way I'm a professional nerd and host. So I've played for like a professional TTRPG for Geek and Sundry, for Hyper RPG, for Critical Role. I've done a show with them for a number of shows that Saving Throw show. So I do that, and then plus I am a narrator and voiceover actor for Something Scary, which is an animated horror series that you go to youtube.com/snarled. So I've had my hand in building my own brand in a number of different ways. So when Ivan approached me about working for Hunters, it was first as a Twitch host and producer, and I did that with our Twitch channel. And then they were like, "Oh, you got some real good ideas. How about how about doing marketing managing?" And I was like, "How about it? Let's go ahead and do this." And I've basically have done a crash course with that with a lot of support from the company, including Ross Thompson, who works with the op, did marketing consulting with me and everything in it. And so my advice for it is that me doing this right here did not just appear out of thin air. I started off as a wrestling host like years ago for no pay. So everything builds, everything layers. My advice would be to look at the things that you naturally gravitate towards and don't look so much at how much you're going to be paid for them, because you getting those skills, you're going to get paid for something that is like that thing in the future, and it's going to be way more. And if you don't, leave and go find that job that will pay you more with it. But layers on layers on layers, just everything's layered.
We had a question as well. Does MARKEIA have any metal bands that inspired you, or that you simply enjoyed?
Yeah. Oh yes. Baby metal. I don't know if you haven't heard of baby metal, do yourself a favor. You can Google baby metal and chocolate, and then you'll know how I roll and where I come from with things. But no, metal and rock, and all different kinds. Like I like psychedelic metal as well. Have been a part of my life for a while. I mean, from way back, Rage Against the Machine. I'm constantly finding new things that speak to me. There's a band called Shepherd's Reign, and they literally do Polynesian like death metal.
Wow.
Like it's heavy metal and Samoan. And it's just okay, so Shepherd's Reign, go ahead and check them out. I mean, there's so much. I in particularly enjoy when there are remixes of things. Like I like Nine Inch Nails, but I really like Chibamato's version of Closer. And if you know who Chibamato is, they're not a heavy metal band. It's something completely different. You can look up Chibamato and Spoon, and then you'll be like, wait, how did she go from baby metal to this? Yeah.
Diverse is always good with music. You gotta listen to a bit of everything.
Right? Yeah, Gygax, you can't go wrong with that. Stitched Up Heart, can't go wrong. Icons for Hire. Oh, Bloodywood. They're Indian street metal. Ari Ari. That's the name of the song. I'd recommend that. I don't know. I like having a number of different things. I'm a buffet type of a person when it comes to my music.
I'm just reading through the questions as well. We got some more stuff coming.
You said you're a wrestling host as well. So did you have any favourite wrestlers?
Oh, sure. John Cena. You can't see me. No, actually, the very first professional interview that I did is when I worked for AfterBuzz TV. They raced in North Hollywood, and the very first interview I ever did was like SummerSlam. I think it was 2015. And my very first person that I interviewed was John Cena. And it was just like me by a microphone, and it was just like, and I was like, okay, well, we're going big with this. The first one's going to be John Cena. You can, it's still online too. You can see.
It's on YouTube. I watched it earlier today. You were very good. I didn't think it was your first interview.
Thank you. That was the first one ever. So that was the one. So, and then it was just after that when I was like, oh, I could do this.
I guess once you got something that big out of the way, then everything else is just like, yeah, it's fine. I did with John Cena. It's fine. Exactly. Everything else after that is just like, and he was so nice and kind and had like really good questions. You know, I don't think he realized it was my first time either. So it's just like, yeah, I fooled everybody except for when I tell people.
There was a question from Ipsy. Ipsy's literally just had to leave live chat. Where's she based? Denmark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Denmark.
Yeah, she's in Denmark.
Yes.
So she's an hour ahead. So yeah, it's just gone. It's midnight where she is. But she was asking about your lipstick. She said,
which is fabulous.
Is it a character thing? Like you themed your makeup for tonight, or are you just feeling bold and blue?
Oh man, I'm gonna grab some of my lipsticks that I have over here so y'all can see that this is how I live my life. Yeah, it's like this is me. This is what I do. Here's the one y'all are seeing today. But yeah, it's it has a lot to do. I love purples and indigo. I love having things like pop, and it's something that comes up a lot with something scary. I always have different kinds of purple, and I do some community stuff. So they're like, "What are you wearing today?" Be like, well, be like, I'm wearing Calypso. So yeah.
We got.
So but this particular one is Kat Von D. And it's called Bruno, I think. Yes, Kat Von D, Bruno.
They stay put, don't they, Kat Von D?
It does. I've only got a couple from her. Like I think this one's called Werewolf. Or nope, it's just Wolf with 2 O's. So yeah, I've only got a couple with that, but they always seem to stick really well. Yeah.
We got. Thank you, Scabby Rooster, for following. We got Cork, who's in live chat. Cork is also one of our moderators. He's just gone. He's now in love with you. We're talking about metal, wrestling, and role-playing games. Yeah, he said excitement overload.
Oh, right back at you. Mwah.
There you go. Oh,
He'll clip that.
He's gonna, yeah.
Not in a creepy way, but he will.
I have a question. I have yet to read all of the Kickstarter for your new game, but are you introducing a companion system and calling them roadies?
You don't know how much people really want to have companions, and it is possible with this system to most definitely with that. With what we have right now, with the world of Ragnarok, it is right now limited to your imagination. There are obviously building blocks of things and structure that we've put to show you the rules so that you can cast the rules aside. Like, for instance, the giant Beatworm that I was talking about before is supposed to be, a big enemy that go after. At the end of a session that we were playing where Ivan was the Metal Maestro, which is what we say for Game Master, was Metal Maestroing at the end of it after we had defeated it. I was like, could I have tamed that giant Beatworm, and then they could have been like my animal companion? And Ivan laughed so hard and was like, yes, you could have. So it's limited to your own imagination. Although I will say, don't make pets of dragons. Dragons in Ragnarok are like flying rats.
Is it the Kickstarter's? I've just put the artwork up again. The Kickstarter is still ongoing. We've got a few more days to go. Is there anything? You know you've got the tiers on Kickstarters. Is there anything you weren't able to put on that you would love to have included? It was just just too out of scope.
Oh, there were a number of things that got bandied like back and forth with like, oh, we could do this thing and we could do this. And be like, oh, because a difficulty that we ran into with this is that because we wanted to make this very accessible to not only gamers but also to metalheads, because we wanted it to be like a beautiful gateway drug for both of them. So there were some difficulties with doing like an album only, tier level. And then there's kind of some things with like people that are involved in the music and metal world might not necessarily get how the way things are structured for like Kickstarter wise. And if you don't know, with like looking at Kickstarter, you just see this like really long where it's like, yes, it's epic and cool, like the more that you scroll. But sometimes it can be like, well, what am I buying right now? So there were a number of things that had to be like, well, let's make this a stretch goal as opposed to putting it on with everything else, or let's make it a higher tier, just in case, if there's a diehards that definitely want it. Like if you scroll and you'll look, like instead of having miniatures up at the very front of it, we have that further up in the tiers in the campaign. And if you also look how we have these like epic god candles, like they're scented candles that each one smells differently according to the god that you want. But then we were also like, well, we wonder how involved will people be with like, we think it's like really cool, I want them personally, but maybe we'll have that as a further kind of goal for like a tier. So putting gameplay more forward and then having tactile items to have and put on your shelf or to sit in front of you while you're playing. Because of the way that 2020 and 2021 works, we either took some things away or backed that up into higher tiers. And then of course there's add-ons. You can do add-ons.
I can't. I've been doing Kickstarters for a number of years now. Steve's been doing it as well. And two things is, one, this seems to be the most inspiring new RPG out there, just because of the different. It's not just dice and the dice tray, which is brand new thing. The whole, you're doing an album on top, and then you've incorporated again. The second thing is the vinyl album is the GM short. I can't get over that. I just think that is
cool?
An amazing use of it. Because you used to, when you used to, again, I'm someone who used to buy records and you used to get the fold out albums.
Yeah.
Oh, I did have a question. This is a question. Because it's going to be a vinyl, you've got the CD, but you've got a vinyl as well. Mm-hmm. Are you going to put a message, are you going to play it backwards? Are you going to, and it says, Gods of Metal, Ragnarok. Are you able to put something in there? Hunters Entertainment. 10% discount code.
That is definitely a really good thought. Depending on playing it at different speeds, if you can put something in between tracks. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and put that up for people. But just to make sure to differentiate, the vinyl is going to be the one that's like, that has Motorhead on it, that has Icon for Hire, Gygax. So that will not be available digitally, because literally as many that are printed for this particular project, that is it. That's all that we can do. So yeah, that's a whole lawyer thing. But the Avatars of Metal and the original soundtrack, those will be available digitally.
I love the whole... Go on,
how complicated was it getting all of those artists and all of those tracks together for the vinyl?
That was a lot. Well, because it's like it's different worlds, and we all live in Pandemica right now.
Yep.
So you're not as able to do things in person, like going to having meetings and like shaking people's hands, that kind of a thing. It's like that's an element that we're not able to do that right now. So having everything be Zoom based or email based, that takes a toll on anybody, kind of a thing. But and particularly like wrangling things in.
Yeah,
but
wanting to show them something physical, you can't quite do that.
Exactly. So that's another one of the reasons why we're trying to really get out there with actual plays, so that people can see this and have people from the company talking about it with our gamer community, and then having that to also show our metalheads to be like, look at these cool people, like look at them doing heavy metal, this is what you do, you want to do this, right? That kind of thing, and then like vice versa. So yeah, it has been it has been, I'm not going to say a Herculean effort, because that's the pandemic is a Herculean effort, but it's I'm definitely very, very proud of what Hunters has been able to put together with this, with so many people being so impassioned, and so many of the bands like really believing in this project. Like they've played with us, like on our channel.
Really?
We've had Eric Harris on, we've had Mixie, Jason Charles Miller metal maestroed a Ragnarok game for us last Friday. So it's I mean, basically it comes down to all of us are human, and all of us want to rebel against this, and this is just a really good version, a really good way to do it. So,
tapping into rebellion.
Yes, to bust free safely.
I wanted to bring up. I don't actually have a picture of it. I should have put one on there. There's also guitar picks. Were they specifically designed for this as well, or is it?
Yeah, those are we use those as tributes. I was talking before with like, fours are tributes for you to be able to put forth in your performance pool. So those are your tributes. So it's not it's not the greatest guitar picks in the world. It is a tribute.
I was gonna say,
Steve got it. Yes,
Give you a
Steve.
tribute.
Yes, Steve.
So we also mentioned this, another question that's come in is also the fact, because it's an album, in a couple of years' time, or maybe less, we get Ragnarok Volume 2. Do you think is there already ideas for every time we release the new book, we've got to have a new album? You just link the music to the books.
That's something that has also been discussed. That isn't anything that I can say right now with it. We have to see how this particular project goes before we can start planning, our sequel or our trilogy type of a deal. Like right now, we are over 100,000 with it, but at 140,000, we unlock our first official supplement, which is the Isle of Art Rockapalago, which is it's psychedelic metal. There's literally, when you see, we just had an update with it. When you see the title treatment for it, it's literally the sky is all swirls of colors. You've got this epic landscape going on, and this wizard-like character with a rainbow. It's pretty hard hitting. It's spirits and mysteries, and it's the other side of heavy metal. So I'm really hoping that we unlock that, because I'm ridiculously excited about the plans that we have for that particular one. But you can see with our stretch goals, we're keeping it very game forward with it.
Cool. We are we're down to the last half hour of the show. So if you have any more questions, we've had links in the live chat for the Kickstarter. Do go and check that out. Also, do go and check out Hunters Entertainment. We'll put the link into the live chat for you. There you go. All the social links are there now. Markea, thank you so much for joining us today. We had the reason this was going on because we had a space available. So Markea was able to join us. We were chatting last week about trying to get in, and it's the last few days of the Kickstarter. If you want in, go do it now. Okay. Yes. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, go for
Here we
it.
go.
Go for it.
So-
After the show.
Oh, yeah. You got days.
Or just
a few
open
minutes is not going to worry.
window in the browser.
From the IT guy. Right, so we are going to crack on with this. So you have just the stone giants who are behind you have just crumbled to dust, and it seems to be on the whim of Barl as he clapped his hands.
We're going to converge on him.
You can do.
I think we should.
Yeah. Apart
I'm
from
going to
Harrison.
converge on the rear of the throne to where he was looking at.
Can I treat wounds on Harrison, please?
Yeah, I'm going to be groaning really loudly.
You're still unconscious.
You're still unconscious. You're not groaning at all.
Oh, well, I'm probably dreaming about something and groaning.
Yeah, his legs kicking backwards and forwards like a sleeping dog.
I get out the largest syringe I have, and straight in the biggest muscle of the body.
What's that in Harrison's case?
So I'm gonna treat wounds, which is a DC of 30 medicine check, which I can just make for some reason.
Cool.
That you can just make even better.
Because it's assurance. And a plus 20 or something to that. So that is and you take 4 damage as well.
You take 4 damage.
Well, no, you get 52 points of healing.
Okay.
And your wounded condition is removed after the dying. So you wake up.
Does this start to knit his body back together?
I guess so. I don't know. I think
the bones pop back in. And...
yeah.
Harrison will do like a lurch from Adam's family and just kind of like sit up and just go, "Oh, that was the worst feeling ever."
Kind of like the tombstone.
Yeah.
Was it worse than getting fingered by the hag?
What? I don't remember this.
She stabbed her fingers into your ribcage, remember?
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah. Well, I think we were getting on nicely.
Yeah, I'm just going to interrupt. You know what we forgot was the giveaway.
Oh my god.
So we'll quickly do we'll just do a magic keyword. We'll play for 5 minutes and then we'll draw a winner. The
magic keyword.
Markea, would you like to explain what the giveaway is, please?
Absolutely. What we are giving away today is the $50 pledge level for the Kickstarter for Gods of Metal Ragnarok. So with that, you are going to, yes, get the Gods of Metal Ragnarok PDF, but you're also going to get the actual book. It's so good to have actual things in your hands. So you will have that, and then you'll be a part of the pledge manager. So if you want to do more after that, the first 50 be on this stream.
Wow.
So
cool.
Sweet.
I like that.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So we need a magic word. What about avatar?
Avatar. No, hang on. Now it's Avatar. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna run this for 5 minutes. It's exclamation avatar. This is a $50 Kickstarter head start.
keeping in mind, this is not with the album. This is the PDF and the book. Yeah.
What pledge level do you have to do to get pics?
Well, with that, those are... I think those just come with like the... Let me see here. Oh, I think it's at the 100 because all stretch goals of everything Yeah, all stretch goals are at 100. It's book, album, the vinyl, the CDs, and all stretch goals. So it looks like 100.
Yep.
Cool.
So you're already halfway there, look, if you win.
Mm.
And if you don't win, then you can go to the Kickstarter. Right. Should we... Well, people have entered. Should we just... do you want to pull...
We said we give them 5 minutes.
Alright,
Let's
we're
give
giving
them 5 minutes.
Quickly
Oh,
go
we're
to the
allowed to edit
Kickstarter.
this one.
Give people
Check it
a little
out.
bit
One
longer.
last time. Right, anyway.
Yeah.
So-
we could give them till the end of the stream if we
There you
wanted
go.
to.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah. No, not James Cameron. Harrison.
I'm doing it by not entering the competition.
James Cameron. Right. Let's go. Right. So, I Maverick. I'm stalling for time. Like they were supposed to kill Barl, not survive. Let's go. Right. So Barl is on the floor. Harrison is popping back to normal. What else would you like to do?
Leskin pulls out their bag of money and smacks Barl across the face.
It smacks him across his stone cheek. You don't see anything else, but the pouch explodes. Psh, gold coins shattering all over the cavern floor. Harrison has a tear in his eye.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that goat looks familiar.
Harrison wakes up and looks.
Yeah, I suddenly skyrocket up and run over to collect the gold that is now kind of all over the place.
I knew that would get him up.
It was faking again.
Harrison, focus. Enemy.
You said there were barrels behind him, right? At some point.
There are barrels and crates and all kinds of stacks of weapons and armor.
They don't look like the
3
barrels
alcoves.
like that we saw before in the thing.
You
I was
could-
just
you could
thinking
go
that,
and have a
Chris.
closer look if you want to. They're
Did
painted
they
red.
explode?
They're painted red. It's, you know,
Yeah.
I'm
do they?
searching behind the frame. Do you want me to make a roll?
you can make a roll, yeah.
So I remember you mentioning barrels, and I was like, oh.
34.
34. Yes, you go behind the throne. You find a series of notes and messages. It seems to be some are signed a name. I don't know if you know or not. A name that says Mockmurian, and some are simply signed with a capital M.
Okay.
And you're kind of sifting through the notes.
I don't think we've heard this name before, Mock Miriam.
No.
Elena, do you remember?
No, I don't think we have. That's a new one.
Yeah.
But then who knows, it might be someone we've met and it's just they've been using an alias.
Very true.
What do they
Okay,
say?
I'll have a read through some of the notes.
Okay.
Try and pick up on anything. You know, he's come in here and basically enslaved Kreegs, and they're making weapons or doing something. They're preparing for something. Maybe we need to try and find out what they're preparing for.
Leskin.
He's still alive. Let's question him.
Leskin, do you know Mockmurian?
If I did, then maybe they're an ex that I've chosen to forget.
Well, yeah, fair enough. That's the best way to do it, really, isn't it?
It's best if I erase their memory, otherwise I'll erase them. So
Yeah, that's probably going a bit far. Although I've had
Although-
some exes.
unfortunately, I don't know who that is, but I know that I made a promise that I intend to keep. And Leskin pulls their sickle and puts it like underneath the cheek of Barl. Are you sure you can't talk?
No, I can talk now. Something seemed to be stopping me. I don't know what. But I'm no longer a threat to you. Any of you.
Do you think that's going to save your life? And people call me crazy.
I think riches beyond that you could carry is going to save my life. I will leave you here.
I just smacked you with a gold pouch that was money from my inheritance from my very, very rich family. I have no need of your gold too.
I have no need of gold when we have diamonds and platinum and something far more valuable.
What is that?
What would that be?
It is yours, and I will leave.
No, what would that be? You're going to tell us, and then we might consider letting you leave.
I have dragon skins and opals.
Nice.
You're making out like it was something much bigger.
The dragon
I'm
skins.
not going to lie, I'm disappointed.
The dragon skins are big.
It's all about
That's
size.
what they
it?
all say.
How do we know you won't go and start up another army somewhere? We cannot trust you.
I think I have been disconnected from my lord.
Ah.
I think my time here has come to an end. I will leave, and you can have this place. You can have all of it.
Who's your lord?
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Your lord. What's his name? What's their name?
Lord Mokmorion.
Okay. So it's you that's received all these notes, or written all these notes. Where is Mokmorion?
The messages you hold in your hands are messages between myself and Mokmorion. That's all you need to know.
If we were to want to speak with him, where might we go to find him?
You can't see Mokmorion.
You told us not 5 minutes ago that you would trample us like insects, and now you're begging for your life on the floor. So
that is true. I may have
rethink
underestimated you, but that is all. I assure you, if you think he is as weak and pathetic as I have proven myself, you'll be surely mistaken. There is
why
no
don't
way
you
you
let
will
us
be
find
able
that out
to
for
stop.
ourselves?
You cannot stop Mokmorion.
Well, where will we find him, and we will try, or die trying.
Mokmorion is located in a place called Jorgenfist.
Would we know where that might be, as a player to a DM?
No. No.
Would Leska know to tell them?
No. Jorgenfist is the old land. Even before you insects were on this planet. We were enslaved as a race. We were made to serve the Thessalonian lords. We sculpted the great Thessalonian relics that you see among the land. And we were enslaved by then, but no more. Mokmorion has brought us out of the shadows, and he will lead us into greater times than we have ever dreamed.
Are you sure he was not just using you? Sorry, Steve. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was going to say, are you sure he was not just using you? You went from one master to another master.
He is of our kin. He has led the way.
So he's a giant.
He is one of us, yes.
It's a little bit more information, isn't it? So what will you do now? Retire? Go live out the rest of your life in peace?
You don't need to know that. I will leave. Mokmorion, obviously, I have failed him. If I go back, he will kill me.
How does he know that you failed him? Can he see you?
It's not sight, but there is some kind of magic connection. As you notice this, you see that there are runes almost engraved into the stone of his forehead, around his head, down his shoulder, and down his arms.
Okay.
Do I recognise them? Are they Thessalonian runes?
No, these are giant runes.
Okay. You said your kind built the Thessalonian relics, and they were made to do so by the Thessalonian lords. The lords are no longer part of this realm. Why were you tasked with building these relics? What purpose did they serve?
That was just the glory of the empire. Every lord had part of the land, and they divvied it up between them. It was to mark their boundaries, mark their borders. The bigger and grander, the bigger their legacy.
Okay. So purely for status.
Indeed. Now, as that, Elias, you are also still sifting through those notes, and I'll bring one up on the screen. This one seems to, it's addressed to Barl, seems to pique your interest.
Mm-hmm.
And you can read that out if you want to.
So I found this missive. It's concerning. It concerns my home and, well, I guess your adopted homes. I'll read it. Barl. Latest contact with Terractinus indicates he has narrowed the search. He believes a human town called Sandpoint could hide what my lord seeks. Terractinus will lead several of the people, as well as the dragon, on a raid into the town soon. When they return, they may be pursued, and I may need your ogre slaves to aid in Terractinus's retreat to Jorgenfist. Be ready to return at my command. And it's signed with an M, which, if I review the rest of these notes, would indicate Mukmurian. They are either at Sandpoint now or will be soon. I guess this goes back to what he said when we first arrived, that the giants were on the move to take back this land. We need to get to Sandpoint as quickly as possible before it's met the same fate as Turtleback Ferry.
If only we had a way of covering great distance at speed.
But
I'm so
before we go
tired,
anywhere-
Talkus. I don't know about you, Elias.
Yes, my magical abilities are at the lowest.
Oh,
We
you need to
rest
sleep.
first.
You need to rest.
We need to rest. And, well, we can make use of the time we have here while it takes to recover the spells. I can create us a cabin where we can rest in comfort. We can search through.
Make it out of that dragon skin. That could be nice. Cabin in style.
Yeah.
We might want to use that for other things. I don't know, Tolkus, you're pretty good at putting stuff together, right?
Yes, I might be able to fashion some armor out of that.
Did you want anything from it, Leskin?
I would like some dragon face slippers. That would be nice.
I don't know how specific what they have there is, but if you can find some. Or I'm sure Tolkus could try and make you some.
I could fashion you a pair of slippers.
That would be wonderful. But the main thing that I want is something that was already promised. And Leskin looks over at Barl. I promised myself an eye. Either you can give it to me or I will take it, and I don't think I'll be nice about it.
I cannot give you my eye.
Congratulations, she's taking it.
Yeah, I don't know how graphic you want to get into this, but Leskin's taking that eye.
I have told you what you need to know. You should parlay.
I interrupt him by casting Sudden Bolt, and streak of electricity comes down from the hole in the ceiling and strikes him lifeless.
You have to roll with damage. I got reflex saving throws.
But Elias, he invoked the law of parlay.
And before this, I promised that he had the choice. He chose death.
He chose poorly.
He really did.
That's 34 damage.
He only actually had 6 hit points left. So you summon the lightning down through the opening in the dome, lead out into the open sky. This blast of sound hits you as it strikes him in the center of his chest, blowing his body apart. And all that kind of seems to remain as bits of rock fly everywhere is this giant head that seems to kind of rock backwards and forwards as it slowly kind of comes to a stop, looking at Leskin with lifeless eyes.
Leskin steadies the head with a foot, looks over at Elias and winks, and
Welcome.
gets the eye and fashions it into a necklace.
It's a big eye.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I'd probably like make a helmet out of it if you want.
So like softball size. What's that?
It's a weapon.
Yeah.
You can then take it off and smack people around the head with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like.
Okay.
Oh, brilliant.
So you basically we're getting close to wrapping up, but basically, yep, you killed Barl. He was literally on his last legs of hit
I was
points.
going to cast Death Knell, but it'll be fine.
Well done.
Damn, I
And,
thought you said death metal for a minute.
Death Knell.
you have all leveled up to level 10.
Yay!
Well done.
Level 10. The dizzy heights of level 10.
Yeah. But what would you like to do based on that note?
So I need to rest to recover Shadow Walk, so we can then just get to Sandpoint as quickly as possible. So I'll cast Cozy Cabin, and through means of my magic, a small log cabin will appear in the room that we're in at the moment. I don't need to sleep. I just need to rest and recover my spells. And I don't think Tolkus needs to sleep either. So we'll between the two of us raid the rest of this room.
Inventory.
Together. Inventory everything that's in here. I'll then make my preparations to recover my spells, and as soon as I've got Shadow Walk, then we will enter the Shadow Realm and travel 20 times faster than usual back in the direction of Sandpoint.
Okay, well, before you get to that, I'll list out the treasure for you so you can quickly make a note. So, any treasure loggers, you find 32 plus 1 arrows.
That's pretty cool.
It's a shame we've got no archers, but that's cool.
Yeah, it would be. You find 12 plus 1 giant bane arrows.
Someone needs to become an archer.
I don't have a ranged weapon. I suppose I could pick up a bow from somewhere.
I was watching in live chat. Baron Snowhand just said, "There's loads of gold coins. If you pick up every single one." You find studded leather armor of +2.
Rap's eyes light up.
Fight!
No, I don't wear it. That's cool because you can have two things on it, two runes, 'cause it's +2.
Yeah, you find the runes are actually very interesting in Pathfinder. You find
I can rune it up for you.
A +1 longsword, a +1 longbow.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, I'll if no one else is that worried, I'll grab that and the arrows.
Yep. I've no problem with
Giant's
that.
Bane arrows. They're probably good against the giants we're about to fight, maybe.
Yeah. You find, and the reason I'm just telling everyone because it's a lot easier, quicker just to tell them exactly what the magic items are. We don't worry about identification and stuff like that because it's we've got basically 2.5 hours to quickly tell a story. You find a belt of dexterity +2.
Ooh.
Now that I'm really interested in.
You find a cloak of elven kind.
One of them.
And
Might be interested in that.
you find a pair of boots of the Winterlands,
The Winterlands.
which you could have done before you came into the snowy mountains.
You could have done with when we castled
Somebody
the kind of cold.
possibly just say how many arrows there was again?
32 plus 1 and 12 plus 1 giant bane.
Yes. And you
Wait,
are
12
all,
plus 1, did you say?
Yep. You are all now level 10. And that also brings us to the end of chapter 3, which means next week, Thursday, same Badger time, same Badger channel, we will be starting chapter 4 of Rise of the Runelords. And now things get really interesting because you are you need to, again, we've had so many clues go out through all the chapters. You've now got a new name, Mokmurian. How does Mokmurian fit in to all the names that you have so far? So we got a little bit of homework for you all to do. But other than that, that's the end of this.
Level.
Yeah, that's the end of that chapter. Well done, you survived it all. That is the end of the Hook Mountain Massacre, where we basically saw the Black Arrows, who have been a force for good for many years in this region, literally pretty much annihilated. There's only a handful of survivors, and Leskin is one of those survivors.
Big round of applause for Leskin, I reckon, because of the
104 damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Massive
Leskin's definitely
damage.
the MVP.
That was a lot of build up from in the pit where they were just like, they were like, if I get one move,
Got one attack.
it's gonna be big.
Yeah,
But they definitely.
Yeah.
They're definitely
The only
big.
way it could have been better is if they were a toddler while they were doing it.
Well, maybe you scooped out the eye as a toddler. There we go.
Yeah, they're just walking around like toddler size.
So thank you everyone for joining us today. Absolutely
who won?
fantastic. Oh yeah, we need a winner.
Roll it.
And yeah, if they can get you all their information and you get that to us, that works out really well.
Yep, we'll basically collect their name and email address. That's all we need from you, whoever it is. Who is it?
We the Night 25.
We the Night 25.
Well done.
Well done.
Congratulations. Oh, you're going to experience Ragnarok.
So Week Night 25, chat to one of our moderators. We need your name and your email address. Okay, I'll then forward the details onto Markeia at Hunters Entertainment. You can say it's nearly midnight. I'm getting and then
You're just hanging it out, so we wish you happy birthday before we finish.
It is, we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes
So
to my
obvious.
birthday.
Oh, bye-bye, everybody.
Like, well, this was lovely. I'm going to duck out.
Yeah, but thank you very much for joining us. That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for playing Leskin.
Thanks, Markeia.
I wasn't sure what you was going to do right from the start because we said because I sent the bits of backstory over. I was like, which way is she going to play this? It was great.
Yeah. No, it's just like I'm just gonna be chaotic. I'm just gonna be like a little ball of chaos, a little bit of Harlequin mixed in there with a stealthy, and I wanna control water and like snow. So that was
the Harlequin is what I picked up straight away. Yeah, and then it was just imagining the Duskwalker was. It just reminds me of the Crow, and it was just coming back as a force for good. And then it was like, it just tied everything in.
Yeah, I had given the choices of a shadow dancer or hydrokineticist. So it's like this was a wonderful blend of both.
That was cool.
It was good. I enjoyed that.
And so we've got like maybe 40 seconds.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
no, yay, happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dave.
Happy birthday, Dave.
There you go. Cool. And
Big
we've got
five-o.
Weedrat's details. They've already come through, so I'll get those off to you as soon as I possibly can. And then you've got the winner there.
Yeah, and this is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey!
Hey! See, that you can Cork, you can clip that. There you go. Clip that and put it on socials. I got a birthday song. Hey! Right. Now everyone's saying happy birthday. Now I'm blushing. Oh, thank you very much. I was going to leave it on there. Here we go.
Take a PP coin.
Yeah.
I get my. I didn't use it.
So,
Oh
Yeah,
my
I know,
gosh! I
I
didn't
need
use
it.
it.
It goes away,
you can
Dave,
bank
just
it
like
for next
ours.
time.
Yeah.
Just reset.
Oh,
So,
actually,
there's a question. There's a question for you, Dave. Are you the Dave Bard and Barbarian we're talking about earlier today?
I don't know. Is Bard and Barbarian talking about a Dave? I don't know. It was B. Dave Walters' birthday yesterday, technically, but now it's mine. He's a Dave. I'm a Dave. There we go. Dave's all round. Also, what you found is one of these around Bar's neck after he's kind of been blown to pieces by Elias's lightning bolt. But it wasn't that one. What you found was that one.
Oh,
It's got a gem in it.
got something sparkly in the middle.
Oh, shiny.
So that's something to explore. We can explore that offline before we get to next week's episode. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for the birthday wishes. It is much appreciated. It's now up 24 hours of my birthday. I am 1 year older. I don't know why I'm celebrating that.
Yeah.
I have to wake up.
21 today.
I got to wake up the family now, making more presents.
1 year
Right.
close to the abyss.
Yeah, something like that. We're going to leave you with the Ragnarok trailer for one last time. Do check out the links. We're going to fire them over to live chat. Again, absolute pleasure having you join us. We hope to see you again sometime soon. Other than that,
Definitely. Yes.
bye.
Hey, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. The pick of destiny says goodbye.
Gather, my chosen, and heed the call to a saga of adventure, a song to end all. Forged from the cord, two worlds given birth, one made of awesome, the other no worth. Mutilated, abused, the cord was unstrung. When their mirror was shaped, a gray waste begun. Born of the remainder, its fate was unbound. A land of pure metal, the glorious sound. Rise, find your glory. Rise and be free upon the fields of Ragnarok to victory. The gods of metal cry out, demanding blood, sweat, and fear. Seek treasure, find glory, pay tribute for all to hear. Faith must be proven in the pits of these lands. Your songs must rise above as the chosen form bands. Immortality awaits those avatars who believe. With blade, steel, and destiny, what tales shall you weave? Rise, shed your shackles, rise and be free. Deep in the halls of Ragnarok, ascend to victory! Ragnarok